this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Falcons of Fitchburg State University, led by head coach Scott Sparrow.
For a great game today as the Bears take on the Falcons.
Bears offense. Quarterback James Cahoon with over 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. And Adam Couch, the MASCAC Player of the Week, with 550 on the season and 5 total touchdowns.
That's right. Bridgewater will look to rely heavily on those two players, as well as MASCAC Defensive Player of the Week and Division III All Defensive Team of the Week. Jaron Alves had 3 interceptions last week. He had a big game, and he'll be looking for another one here.
The offense for Fitchburg, not quite as explosive. Logan Wilson only 480 yards, 448 yards in the season and 2 touchdowns. but they're hoping to have a big game today. Last matchup, they ran the ball 52 times, and they only had maybe 4 completions on offense. So they're looking for definitely a more explosive offense this time around.
Yeah, Fitchburg definitely relies a lot on the running attack. They have several backs they give the ball to, so their carries are really spread out through a bunch of different players. They'll look to take that into today's game. Both teams are 1-3 right now, hoping to improve upon their records.
Elijah Zaire McKnight for Fitchburg Falcons has 294 all-purpose yards and 3 total touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, he's been having a very solid year so far, and as we said, they love to spread the ball out on their rushing attack and their offense as a whole. So there will be plenty of players' numbers called throughout the game today.
Absolutely. Freshman receiver Zahir Gomez, the leading receiver for Fitchburg, with over 177 yards and a touchdown on the year. Meanwhile, Kyle Torres for the Bears, the leading receiver, 241 yards and 3 touchdowns on the year.
We talked about Jaron Alves and Adam Couch for Bridgewater, both taking home Player of the Week awards. We haven't yet talked about Shane Drake, the kicker and punter, who won the award for Special Teams Player of the Week. He had a very good game. He downed 2 punts within the 20. He also was 2 for 2 on field goals over 20 yards. So Shane Drake has definitely had he's coming off a very solid game, and he'll be looking to do that again today against Fitchburg.
Like I said before, the last time these two teams met up, Fitchburg State had over 207 total offensive yards, but 197 of them were on the ground. They had 52 carries for 179 yards. In the air, they had 28 passing yards on 12 attempts, but only 4 receptions. In fact, Logan Wilson only had 15 yards. On the other hand, Bridgewater had 140 rushing yards, but 173 passing yards. Cahoon with 173 yards in the air, 3 touchdowns and an interception. Adam Couch had 78 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, receiver Kyle Torres had 68 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Last time out at home, Bridgewater fell to Ithaca in the opener. They'll be looking for their first home win of the season here today. And it couldn't come on a bigger day, as that's quarterback James Cahoon getting ready for the coin toss. He's looking to have another big game. He's had a very solid season so far. He'll be looking to continue that here today.
James Cahoon, his offense is one of the most explosive in the MASCAC. They're second behind UMass Dartmouth, which is you're hoping that they're going to continue to be explosive, especially for homecoming and all their home fans right today. The team's excited to play. We're excited to get this game started. We'll be just underway very shortly. I believe the Bears are going to start with the ball.
Also, congratulations to Bridgewater State head coach Varia on being elevated to a full-time staff member. He's been the head coach at Bridgewater for 7 years. He's coached here for, I believe, 35 in total. So congratulations to him, and good luck today.
Please rise and direct your attention to the American flag for the singing of our national anthem being performed by Madison Bradbury, class of 2023 Theater Arts major.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs burst
As I mentioned before, Coach Varia has been promoted to full-time status. BSU's Vice President for Athletics and Student Wellness, Dr. Mary Beth Lamb, stated, Joe Varia is BSU football. I've gotten to know Joe over the past 10 years and know him to be a great strategist, recruiter, and resource for his team. He not only develops great players, but also great men. He also added, elevating Joe to full-time status has been a goal of mine and President Clark's for quite some time. So congratulations to Coach Varia on the promotion. He's been having a great few seasons with Bridgewater so far. Hopefully there's another great one coming up this season.
Yeah, that's right. Coach Varia has been with the Bears for a very long time. This is his 35th season. He spent much time as defensive coordinator and defensive line coach. Now this is his 7th season as head coach, and as David said earlier, his first season as a full-time head coach, first game as a full-time head coach. So huge congratulations to Coach Varia. He'll be looking for a win here today.
And we have the Falcons getting ready to kick off in just a few moments. Kicker Carson Russell in to kick off and start this homecoming game.
Kion Gilzine Tucker out there amongst the return men for Bridgewater. It looks like the ball's going to go right to him.
Ball's going to return. Making some moves. And he's brought down past the 40-yard line. Excellent field position to start the first drive of this game for the Bears.
That is a fantastic return by Gilzine Tucker to start the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
So far so good for the Bears. They get into good territory to start off. They're right to be able to take this game right from the start. We got a bunch formation on the right, on the left side. Out of the shotgun, Cahoon takes it, hands it off to Adam Couch. Adam Couch tackled just short of his line, maybe give him about a yard.
Adam Couch has had a very good season so far. 392 yards on the ground, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, yet to fumble, 98 yards per game. So he's definitely someone the Bears can rely on here.
Again, out of the shotgun is Cahoon. He's looking to throw it this time. Caught by Kyle Torres. Short of the first down mark, a few yards to go, possibly 3 or 4.
Cahoon's pass complete to number 6, Kyle Torres.
You can see a beautiful catch.
Getting 6 on the play.
Torres wide open, just slips because of the rain. But an excellent play there.
That's a gain of 6 for Bridgewater on a great play from Torres and Cahoon. Nice pass protection by Adam Couch there as well.
Couch in motion. And dropped. That pass.
That's Jack McCarthy with the drop, the senior wide receiver. Sophomore wide receiver, I'm sorry, out of Braintree, Massachusetts.
Yeah, 4th and 4. The offense is coming off onto the punt team for the Bears. Shane Drake, the MASCAC player of the week on special teams, in to take his first punt of the evening.
Definitely going to be a challenge here for Drake with the wet weather. Hasn't had to face that yet this season, so he'll definitely be in an interesting situation here. But as we said, he's down 2 punts within the 20 last week, so he's had a very solid start to the season.
Good. Snap is good. Punt is in the air. Caught by, and that is Sahir Gomez down to his 20. We'll take it down to our sideline reporter, Olivia Jiddick. How you doing, Olivia?
Hi guys, and I'm here, as you can see behind me on the field view. I'm Olivia Jedick, and welcome to Swenson Field here, home of the Bridgewater State Bears. Both teams are coming in with 1-3, and hopefully the Bears can pull out a great homecoming victory. So far, off to a good start here, and we'll see some good ball movement and some good offensive plays from James Cahoon and Adam Couch. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Olivia. The Fitchburg offense is about to take the field. Quarterback Logan Wilson under center.
Oh, and there's going to be a flag on the play. That looks like it's a false start. See what that is, but that was another fantastic punt by Shane Drake at the 14-yard line, and that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the offense, number 3.
False start for your first snap on offense. Your offense already hasn't been great all season.
Definitely not the way you want to start out a game here.
Logan Wilson out of the shotgun. Ball snapped late. He's going out. Looks for his receiver. Dropped by number 80. I believe that is.
That's Marvin Jean-Baptiste, the senior tight end. There were a couple Bridgewater players in the area there. They could have got their hands on that one.
Pass just slightly too high for Marvin Jean-Baptiste. But excellent play there for the Bears defense. You got to stop. Strange formation. So, direct handoff to number 3. I believe that is their running back.
Elijah Zaire McKnight, the junior running back out of Tracy, California.
They ran the Wildcat play and only a couple yards out of it. 3 yards for that carry.
The Bridgewater defense has definitely been able to stand tall so far on this opening drive, forcing some short runs and an incompletion.
That 5-yard penalty sure does help at the beginning.
Definitely.
Ooh. Bridgewater got away with the jump off the line.
Oh, that ball's bobbled in a huge hit by Bridgewater. That is number 40, Steven Sylvia, the senior linebacker, on that tackle. That was a fantastic play, breaking that pass up.
Steven Sylvia has been one of the stalwarts of his defense for this Bears defense for the past few years.
And he's showing you why right there, as Bridgewater's going to force a punt. Interestingly enough, they did not target leading receiver Zaire Gomez once on that drive. They'll probably look to do that in their upcoming drives. But Bridgewater is ready to take the kick.
TJ Fair. Ball bounces. Backwards bounce up to the 45-yard line.
That was Drew Donovan with the punt return there for Bridgewater. He's a freshman wide receiver out of Abingdon, Massachusetts.
So the Bears are back onto the field for their second offensive drive. They're hoping to have a better outcome in the first drive, which is 3 and out. But we'll send it back down to Olivia Jittick on the sideline. How you doing, Olivia?
And the Bears have a great position here with the short kick, so hopefully the Bears can capitalize here on some quick offense and get this, offense rolling here with some good, solid play from James Cahoon, their quarterback, and Adam Couch, a key running back here for the Bears.
That pass unfortunately dropped by Kyle Torres. Off the play action pass.
Right off his hands. Very similar to the play they ran on the first drive that he was actually able to catch. But, it's wet out here. The ball's slippery, so that was a tough grab for Torres.
Back out of the shotgun. Torres in motion. Snapped. Adam Couch has it. Adam Couch with a big gain there. That might be for a first down, I believe. Maybe inches short.
Yeah, Couch able to take it down to the 45 on that carry. A big run. One of the mainstays of this Bridgewater offense for the past couple of years, and he's showing you why right there. It's a gain of 9, so just shy of the first down on that one.
Yeah, I'd assume they're going back to it. Cahoon out of the shotgun, Torres in motion. Looks like the same play. And it is. Couch has it again. He bulldozes forward for the first down.
Great job on Couch, able to keep his balance there as he was falling backwards. It's another huge first down for Bridgewater.
Adam Couch came into this game with 550 total yards and 5 total touchdowns. So not much of a receiver, but he's gotten a few receiving touchdowns this season. He's definitely playing a great game. So far today, at least. Out in motion. This is Jack McCarthy. Looking to pass it. Cahoon.
That's a huge hit.
Jack McCarthy, touchdown, Bears!
It's a huge hit to McCarthy from James Cahoon. A huge touchdown for the Bears. McCarthy getting his redemption for the drop pass earlier.
The drop pass that caused the 3 and out, he made up for it by scoring a touchdown. Excellent play by Jack McCarthy in the Bears offense.
And he could not be happier right now as you see him on the sideline. He is very happy he was able to make up for that drop pass.
Gaining back some of that trust he lost. He may have lost that first drop. He's definitely earned it.
That one went for 42 yards as Bridgewater's getting ready to kick it.
Kick is up. Goes straight to the uprights.
That was Joey Nasso, the freshman of Hopewell Junction, New York, on the PAT.
Fireworks are going off at Bridgewater State University as the Bears have scored the first touchdown of the game.
Bridgewater likes to use Nasso as the kicker and for PATs and Shane Drake as the punter and field goal kicker. So that'll be something to watch for the rest of the game. We also saw a lot of motioning and a lot of play action on that drive. That'll be another thing to look for on Bridgewater's offensive drives.
A lot of teams use motion to figure out what kind of defense the defense is running. Are they running man coverage or running zone coverage? You can tell by just putting a man in motion. And it clearly worked out for them. They had 2 motion plays and they ended up having a touchdown. So great offensive drive for the Bears. And maybe let's see if the Fitchburg Falcons can respond to it. So we have Shane Drake setting up for the kickoff.
Looks like Elijah Zaire McKnight and Kawasi Bakoye out there to return.
Zaire McKnight, the leading rusher for this team, on that Wildcat play in the first drive. Shane Drake getting ready. Kick is in the air. Covered by Elijah Zaire McKnight. Takes it midfield, cuts up front. Oh, it's a big return for Zaire McKnight. He's taken down right before the 40-yard line. Excellent return.
That's Patrick Fluke, the junior linebacker out of West Bridgewater, Massachusetts, on the tackle of Zaire McKnight, able to stop him from getting a good gain. He had some opening up the field, so that could have definitely gone bad for Bridgewater. But a nice special team stop there.
One more missed tackle, he could have been gone. But luckily for the Bears, it's not. But also luckily for the Falcons, you start their offense on a great side of the field. The 39-yard line is a great place to start.
Definitely a solid return.
Out of the shotgun is Logan Wilson. Takes a snap, hands it off to that's number 4, Frank Sims. Good enough for a few yards.
Frank Sims the 4th, the senior out of Revere, Mass. That's his first carry of the game. As we said earlier, pre-game, they love to spread their rushing attack around multiple runners, Sims and McKnight, 2 of those guys there. So wouldn't be surprised to see a couple more numbers in the backfield today.
Absolutely, especially last game, they ran the ball 52 times. They might try to do a little bit more. And now on 2nd and 6, we have Logan Wilson out of the shotgun. This might be another direct snap to the running back. And it is. Zaire McKnight getting tackled behind the line. And that's got some help, but that's number 99.
Lewis Casey.
Excellent play there for the Bears. Tell me what happened in that play, Luke.
Well, McKnight tried to run behind his blockers, and Lewis Casey just got in the backfield as quickly as possible and ripped him down behind the line of scrimmage. That was a fantastic play for a loss of 3 by Bridgewater.
Lucas Casey reminded me of Jarrell Casey on that play. Just excellent tackle there, getting behind the line of scrimmage. Back under shotgun is Logan Wilson. Looking for a receiver. This has to be a pass. Feeling pressure, tipped, and incomplete.
Looks like a Bridgewater Bear got their hands on that. That was number 55, Dan Cataldo, the junior defensive lineman, or senior defensive lineman, I'm sorry, with a great job swatting that ball down. Of course, Fitchburg had no choice but to pass the ball back there so deep in their own territory, and with the yardage situation, of course, with the rain, you'd probably like to run it here.
Absolutely, but now they have to punt it. TJ Farr with the punt.
It's Drew Donovan out there to return the punt again. We saw him return the punt.
It's a fake. It's a fake. It's deflected. Incomplete. It's a turnover on downs. The Bears get the ball within the Fitchburg State territory. That is not a great turn of events. for the Fitchburg State Falcons.
Matthew Mamone, the sophomore defensive back for Bridgewater, looked like he got his hand on that one there.
He did. Awesome play there by the Bears defense and special teams. This is very unfortunate turn of events for the Falcons. I appreciate and I respect going for the fake, but I don't know if it's really got good in this situation.
You got to hand it to them going for the fake so early in the game, only down by a touchdown.
All right, we got Cahoon under center again, in the shotgun. Cal Torres in motion. They like this play a lot. Cahoon has it. He's down the side. He's got an opening.
There's a flag on the play in the backfield. That might be a holding for Bridgewater.
Excellent play by Couch anyways.
Right, actually, I take that back. It looks like that might have been one of the Fitchburg players' towels, which are also yellow, unfortunately. So that Couch rush is good. No holding on Bridgewater.
That was a very good run by Couch. 16 yards on that carry. We have Cahoon back under center out of the shotgun. He takes the cut. He heads it off to Couch. Couch fighting forward. Gains a few more yards.
That looked like about 4 or 5 for Couch there. As we've said all broadcasts, he's a very prolific runner and one of Bridgewater State's mainstays on the offense. So that was a great carry by him to start off the drive, and he'll get a gain of 3 to follow that one up.
Doesn't have a reception yet, but he's not much of a receiver. But he does have, I believe, over 100 yards in the air this season. It goes back to Couch. The workhorse back, and he's got an opening. And he's down within the 10, down at the 6-yard line. Adam Couch.
Yeah, Couch just got tripped up there. Looked like that might have been Jan Valls on the tackle. Number 26 for Fitchburg. Nice tackle by him.
An excellent game so far for Adam Couch. We got a new running back in William Pointer.
It's good to give Couch a break after he's taken a majority of the workload so far on this drive. And Pointer's going to take it right into the end zone. That's another touchdown for your Bridgewater Bears.
His first carry of the game is a touchdown. How lucky do you gotta be, you know?
Yeah, Couch gets a rest on that one after he ran it all drive, and Pointer just comes in and punches it in and finishes the job. What a play.
The last time the Bears played Fitchburg, Willie Pointer also had a touchdown. It's just kind of like clockwork. It's going to happen every time.
Pointer, one half of the senior duo at running back alongside Adam Couch as we get ready for Nassau's PAT attempt here. He's already made 1 so far, and make that 2.
The game is only just born. It's just a fresh newborn baby game, and there's already been 2 touchdowns for the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are definitely looking good today. 2 touchdowns, 2 drives, very great defense as well. So Bridgewater will be looking to get another stop here and take the ball down back in the Fitchburg territory to do it all again.
Well, for the Falcons, you're a bit nervous. You know, you've only let up 2 touchdowns in 3 drives. They were very quick scoring touchdowns as well. You're going to hope, as Fitchburg, that you sort of get it together and start scoring your own drives and moving the ball down the field.
McKnight and Bakoye out there on the return unit once again for Fitchburg. We'll probably see them on most of the kickoff returns.
These Bridgewater State fans are in it today. They're very rowdy today. They're supporting their team.
Homecoming's always a big day for Bridgewater. You saw tailgaters have been out here for a very long time, and there's a ton of them in the parking lot. The whole parking lot's filled up with canopies.
Rain or shine, it won't stop them.
Yeah,
this is their team.
Rain or shine, they're going to show out for their Bears. And this Swenson is absolutely packed right now as well.
Shane Drake's kick. It's in the air. It's caught.
It's McKnight. McKnight's going to start to cut it upfield, and he's going to be stopped right at the 25-yard line. That is a big tackle for Bridgewater.
Excellent return there.
McKnight gets it right where he would have been if he had fair caught that, but solid effort by McKnight. A great job. It looks like he might have got a little bit past the 25 on that one.
Absolutely.
They're going to call that one the 27, actually, so he'll get 2 yards more.
First and 10 from the 27-yard line.
McKnight is excellent at returning. He can returning and running. This guy is a threat on the ground. Bridgewater's been able to contain him so far, but I think it's only a matter of time before he can explode and get a big game. out of the shotgun again. It's Logan Wilson handing it off. It's a few yards, about 1 or 2 yards on the carry.
Yeah, McKnight not the biggest player on the field, but he's definitely got the explosiveness that you need from your running back. Bridgewater's been able to do a great job of bottling him up so far, but I'm sure he'd like to change that. That was Frank Sims, the 4th on the carry. That's the 2nd carry of the game. We've seen him a couple times.
There just wasn't really a hole open for him. It was immediately met by some Bears.
Yeah, good job by Sims, though, able to get some positive yardage on there.
That might be an offsides call, or it might be false start. On I believe that's might be a false start on Fitchburg, which could be their 2nd of the game.
Refs are going to talk this one over here, but that would not be a good look for Fitchburg. That would put them a little further back than they started.
They may have gotten lucky with offsides, but we'll hear the call in a few seconds. But I believe it should be a false start for the Fitchburg State offense.
It looks like the Fitchburg offense is moving backwards as well, so I think it definitely is a false start. But there's no call from the ref so far, so we are unsure of what it could be. But it looks like a false start.
It is not what you want if you're Fitchburg. This has been a promising drive so far. You haven't gotten many yards, but you've gotten a few. You can get in many more. Here's the call.
False start. Offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty.
And that is, as a matter of fact, a false start. That's going to be McCline Henry, the offensive lineman, sophomore out of Lake Worth, Florida. That's their 2nd false start of the game.
You can see the false start there. 74 causes the defensive tackle there to jump off sides. That would be the Demora for the Bears. Center it again. Takes a snap. Looking for his receiver. Found him.
He's tackled quickly by the Bridgewater State defense. That's Steven Sylvia, the linebacker. We've called his name before. He had a huge tackle for loss, or a huge pass breakup earlier on the last drive. Steven Silva's been flying across the field so far today.
That was Kwasi Boakye with the catch there. Wasn't enough for the first down, but it brings up 3rd and 8.
Boyake has 50 yards on the season so far. You also see him on the return unit as well.
Rolling out.
Oh, Wilson's under pressure, and he gets hit back there. Absolutely blown up. And Wilson's down. Oh, he'll get up. Yeah, he's able to get up by himself and walk off, so he's fine. It's good to see. You never want to see a player get injured. He was looking for Jean-Baptiste on that one.
That was number 44, Ben McMahon, on the pass breakup there. An excellent play by the defense. Another great stand by the Bridgewater State defense, and they're looking to answer with another touchdown to get an early 21-0 lead.
Both Wilson and Baptiste were just swallowed up in a sea of red right there by Bridgewater. And they're going to force another 3 and out. Oh, and they're going to fake it again. That's their. Oh, they were.
It was more of a rugby punt there.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to get him to think it was a fake. He took it and ran to his left, but he's actually going to punt it. That one's going to go out of bounds. And we're going to send it down to Olivia Jedek on the sideline.
How you doing, Olivia?
And again, the Bridgewater defense holds as they're looking to continue this surging lead as they're already up 14-0. So we'll see if the Bears can add on some more points here and continue their ferocious defense.
Thank you so much, Olivia.
Bridgewater's going to take it here from the 29-yard line after the 42-yard punt by Thomas Farr.
Couch back into the game, lined up next to Cahoon. Cahoon gets the snap. He's about to throw it. Finds Kyle Torres. Kyle Torres finds a lane. He's just tripped up down the 49-yard line, but that's good enough for a first down.
That's Torres' 3rd target so far.
Torres, the leading receiver for this team.
Obviously, he's got some good chemistry with Cahoon, and it looks like they were just able to get, that was a shoestring tackle right there on the gain of 19 for Bridgewater.
Couch has it again. Couch gets 8 on that carry. Just finds a hole and he just powers right through it. Couch knows how to end a run more better than anyone else.
That was Jan Valls on the tackle on Kyle Torres on the last play. And there's a pretty sizable height difference, 5 inches in between those two. But Val has absolutely flown across the field so far for Fitchburg.
Couch again, and Couch in motion. Moving to the other side. Gets the handoff. Just powering through, pushing his own lineman out of the way, and still up.
There's going to be a flag, it looks like. Looks like that might be going against Bridgewater as the offense starts to trot backwards.
What's the call?
Holding offense for 25. 10-yard penalty. Repeat,
That's going to
second
be
down.
holding on the offense. Number 25, Jalen Kopecky, the sophomore tight end out of Warren, Rhode Island, called there.
I mean, it's an awesome run, but there's the hold. Yeah, not much you can do about that. That's very blatantly a hold. But still an awesome run by Adam Couch, who seems like almost unstoppable. Hits like a semi-truck almost.
Second and 14 from the 44-yard line.
Cahoon takes a snap, hands it off. Hold on to it, actually, and it's down the sideline.
Daniel Ockenshay with it down the middle of the field, and that is a huge hitter.
Another touchdown for the Bears. That is their third in the first quarter alone. The fans are going crazy. They're cheering for their hometown team. This is incredible. Incredible game so far for the Bears.
Absolutely huge gain by Ockenshay off the pass from Cahoon, and there was just nobody close to him. Jan Valls was behind him, but there was nobody stopping him.
An amazing play. We got Joey Nasso's kick up and through the uprights.
Laney Weather not affecting Nassau today. That is his third PAT on the game so far.
Can I be honest? I think we might run out of fireworks by the end of this game.
Yeah, hopefully they have some saved up for the post-game celebration. But I know Fitchburg would definitely like to change that and score a touchdown on this drive.
Absolutely. They need to get some momentum back at least. They have maybe one first down, maybe not. I don't even know, but they are definitely struggled so far to get some yards. But that could change at any moment.
Fitchburg has 0 first downs so far to Bridgewater's 6. They've only ran 10 plays to Bridgewater's 14 as well.
Bridgewater scores, and they score quickly.
11 total yards on the day for Fitchburg, as we see the same return unit out there we've seen on the previous kickoffs of Boyake and McKnight.
Shane Drake again with the kickoff, having a great season and a great day today as well.
That Ockenshay reception, by the way, went for 56 yards from Cahoon.
It goes to McKnight. McKnight walking slowly, and they're putting on the Jets, and he could be gone. Oh, he's met at the 35-yard line and taken down.
Yeah, McKnight's had some solid returns so far, as Delaver Ibrahimi, the junior defensive back from Woburn, on the tackle there. But McKnight's definitely been able to get into some good positions and get the ball. Very good positioning up the field.
Absolutely. McKnight is a monster as a runner. As soon as he gets the ball, it's a threat. Out of Tracy, California. He's a long way from home.
Yeah, Bridgewater's done a great job wrapping him up so far, not letting him get any bigger gains than he already has.
You see Logan Wilson again under center. Hands it off to number 4. That is Frank Sims, the fullback.
Interesting formation there. They had 2 running backs, or 2 backs, lined up in the backfield. One to Wilson's left, one to his right. He went to Sims. That's his 3rd carry so far today. And that'll go for a gain of 2, putting them at 2nd and 8 from the 38-yard line.
We're seeing a lot of great defensive pressure from the Bears. We got again that same formation. Let's hand it off again to Frank Sims. Simon gets a bit more.
Looks like that'll go for 2, maybe 3, 2.5. Sims and McKnight lined up in the backfield again. Sims to his right, McKnight to his left, and you'll just see him cross over and take that one there.
Steven Sylvia saying, "No way, bro. You're not getting any more yards than that." Now brings up 3rd and 7 for Fitchburg State.
They'll actually
offense.
call that a gain of 1 from the 36. Almost got 2 there. And now Sims, I'm sorry, the lone man in the backfield.
Low snap. He's running for it. He's hanging on to it.
Oh,
Big hit at 35.
that is a huge hit from Bridgewater. That's Ben McMahon, the junior linebacker from Somerset there. That will be a first down, but McMahon absolutely laid a hit stick down on Logan Wilson.
And there's a flag on number 98 for the Bears. I believe that's a taunt of some sort.
Adds Nicholas Canales, defensive lineman, sophomore out of Lake Ronkonkoma, New York.
Let's see what the call is. They're taking time to deliberate it. There's the call.
After the play is over, unsportsmanlike conduct, offense number 57.
Oh, that's going to be
15-yard
unsportsmanlike conduct
penalty.
on the offense.
It'll be
Number
1st and 25.
57.
And that is number
So that's
57's
offensive lineman
first
Ryan
unsportsmanlike
McDonald,
foul.
the sophomore offensive lineman for Fitchburg. He's actually from East Bridgewater, not too far down the road from Swenson.
See, I believed it was going to be on Canales because he made contact with the ref after the play. But
1st and 25.
That's going to set it back to 1st and 25 from the 31 for Fitchburg. They've had their fair share of penalties so far, and that's just not what you want.
and off to Sims. That's a big play again for Sims. That's gives, I believe, 3 yards back from they lost.
That was actually McKnight
Oh,
on the carry. As we've been saying, he's a very explosive runner and return man. It's only a matter of time before it's a big one out here today.
Gain of 3 on the play.
He is an excellent runner. He definitely knows how to close out the space when he gets it. He finds a hole, and he runs right through it.
2nd and 21.
He's from California.
35-yard
So
line.
he's probably not used to weather like this.
Definitely a little bit colder than he's used to.
The shotgun. Wilson. Ooh, fakes the handoff. Throws it. Deflected by number 45. That's Brandon Albert.
Jaron Alves was right there diving for the pass. Of course, he had 3 interceptions last week. I'm sure he'd like his 4th on the year.
Brandon Albert last season led the Bears in tackles. I believe 150. I mean, that 110. Can't remember right now.
There was a great deal of pressure in Wilson's face right there as well. Someone was right on him. Then, of course, it was deflected, and Alves dove for the pick, not able to come up with it. He has been a fantastic player all season for Bridgewater.
It's T3 football team of the week this week.
And the MASCAC defensive player of the week as well. So he's bringing home the hardware so far this season.
Running right, and out of bounds is the pass by Wilson. But it's caught on the sideline, but that doesn't count. You see him rolling out to his left. He throws it. It's caught by number 32.
Jordan Cummings with the catch on the sideline. He's a defensive back, so I'm sure he's glad to show off his hands. Probably doesn't have many opportunities to do that as a defensive back.
Not very often, no.
21 from the 35-yard line.
That's going to be Drew Donovan back there to return for Bridgewater once again. He's handled all the punt return duties so far today. And this
Bad
one's going to slip past far, and he's just going to kick it on the ground.
The flag, I don't think you could do that, to be honest.
That's Andre. Oh, wait, no, that's for Bridgewater.
Flag on the field.
That's Brandon Cohen, the freshman wide receiver on special teams, who got his hands on that for Fitchburg. I don't know. This might be a roughing the call, but I don't think he got it out quick enough for that to be able to be called a roughing on Bridgewater, because he was in the presence of Andre Dolmond.
The call will be given in a second.
Illegally kicking a loose ball.
That's going to
Offense,
be illegally
number 3.
kicking the loose ball.
That's a 10-yard penalty from the
on
spot
the
where he
offense.
kicked it.
Yeah,
Lost it down.
to be
It'll be
honest.
first down Bridgewater at the 11-yard.
Bridgewater starts at the 11-yard line.
That was called on McKnight, but I believe that was Farr who kicked it. I don't think I caught McKnight kicking it there, but as you can see, this is just a bad snap. And it's just going to go right in between his legs. And he's just going to try to get that ball out of the way.
That's not something you can do. I haven't played football before, but I'm pretty sure that's not something you can do.
Andre Dolman was all over that one in the backfield.
Absolutely. As he's been a stud for the Bears for a few years. Adam Couch back in the backfield, along with with James Cahoon.
Fantastic field position for Bridgewater.
Couch with the ball again.
Oh, Cahoon faked it, and he looked in the end zone. I believe that's Akinshi again. He had the 56-yard big hitter that resulted in a touchdown last drive.
He had me faked too. I thought this was going to Couch. But it's Akinshi. We could not quite come down with it.
The way Couch comes off of those play-action fakes, he definitely does a great job at selling them. He's fooled me a couple times as well.
Definitely fooled me. I called it as if he had it. And then he started pointing at me. He doesn't have the ball. But he does have it this time. And he's down at the 7-yard line.
21, Couch on the carry.
Another excellent carry for Couch.
That punt in the books is going to go down as recovered by Matthew Mamone for Bridgewater.
I'm sure he's happy to get that stat line.
Jack McCarthy comes on the field. He had a touchdown earlier, the second touchdown Bridgewater had on the game, and he's going to go all the way to the far side of your screen, number 82. He's a bigger wide receiver.
Cuts to in the backfield. He gets the handoff. No, he does not. Cahoon has it. Cahoon throws it, and it's caught for a touchdown. Number 86 for the Bears. That's Ryan Bouchard, but there's a flag. There's a down Falcon.
Yeah, that looks like it might be Wilson. That might be a roughing call. It also looked like McCarthy was being held up a little bit in the end zone, but I don't know if that's what it is. There are 2 flags on the play, actually, so there might have been holding on McCarthy as well as a potential roughing call.
Let's see what the calls are.
There were 2 fouls on the play. Ineligible downfield offense. Holding, defense, number 2. Those penalties offset, replay. No.
So scratch the touchdown off the board. There's going to be an eligible wide receiver, or an eligible receiver downfield for Bridgewater. Did not get the number on that one, but then there was also defensive holding on number 2 for Fitchburg. That was on Jack McCarthy. Number 2 is Logan Wilson. But I don't think that was not Logan Wilson who got that. So I'm not sure who that was on.
It's number 74 for Fitchburg. Seems to be the one who was injured. We have a shot here of Coach Varia, the newly appointed full-time head coach for the Bridgewater State Bears.
So McCline Henry, the offensive lineman for Fitchburg, or at least he's on the roster here as an offensive lineman, is down on the field right now, and the staff has spent some time with him. Hopefully he's okay. Was not able to catch what happened to him, but a couple of his teammates are coming out from the sideline. Looks like they're going to help him walk off the field.
It's number 24.
Number 24. That's going to be Luke Knowles, the linebacker, senior out of West Bridgewater, and he's going to be able to walk off with the help of his teammates. So it's good to see him being able to walk off. Not what you want to see for Fitchburg here, a player getting injured. You never want to see a player getting injured regardless of the situation.
Absolutely. You know, you just want people to have fun playing ball. I mean, it's never fun to get hurt. But hopefully he can recover, back onto the field for the Bears.
Definitely a positive sign that he's out there walking and not still laying on the ground. So
absolutely.
36.
Best of luck to him on the recovery.
Right, Bears are going 5 wide in this play. Cahoon out of the shotgun. There's definitely looking to pass here on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, empty backfield there for Bridgewater. 4 wide receivers.
Couch is in the slot. He's looking for
jump ball
receiver.
Back at the end zone.
I believe that is they're calling it a touchdown.
They're calling it a touchdown. That's caught by Michael Nocera, the senior wide receiver out of Cumberland, Rhode Island for Bridgewater.
I thought that was going to be out of bounds, but they called it a touchdown. I don't think they can review it. The touchdown is good.
That's Nocera's 2nd touchdown of the season. Of course, he has 187 yards to go along with that on 19 receptions. 46.8 yards per game, and what a catch and by Nocera, throw by Cahoon, putting it right where Nocera was able to go up and grab that. Fantastic play.
Joey Nassau went for the kick as the rain's coming down.
He's been all but automatic so far today, and luckily I did not jinx him with that, luckily for Bridgewater. And we'll send it down on the sidelines to Olivia Jiddick, our sideline reporter.
How you doing, Olivia?
And the kick is good. Another touchdown for the Bears by Michael Nacero. So the Bears are adding on to their lead here with the 21-0 lead. Very comfortable going in after this first quarter.
All right, thank you, Olivia.
So Bears now leading this game 28-0 in the first quarter. A little under a minute 30 left to play here as Fitchburg is getting ready to take the ball.
Look at Shane Drake, who's already kicked off several times today. He's definitely getting his work in today. He won Player of the Week last week, and now this week he's been kicking off quite a bit today.
Yeah, only had one punt so far, but that was a good punt as well, downing it within the 20 at the 14. And Drake has been definitely getting his work in on the kickoff unit for sure, and so has that man right there, Elijah Zaire McKnight, has taken, I believe, all the kickoff returns for Fitchburg, and he's got some fantastic gains so far. He's been close to breaking one big. Bridgewater has been able to stop him from doing that a couple times.
Kick is up and is
off the ground. He's going to bobble it, and he's just going to jump on top of it. Did not want to risk turning that one over, as Bridgewater had Patrick Fluke, the junior linebacker, all over that one.
That is not a mistake you want to make if you're Zaire McKnight. If you're getting the ball, just pick it up. You don't want to mess around with it like that.
Yeah, it's wet on the field, slippery. Ball took a bad bounce, and Zaire McKnight luckily was just able to jump on top of it, not let Fluke get on that one.
The Bridgewater cheerleaders wearing ponchos to cover themselves from this torrential downpour, pretty much. It seems like it feels like it on the field.
There's a good amount of ponchos in the stands as well.
But rain or shine, it's Bridgewater football today.
Zaire McKnight enters the backfield. We saw some work from him and Sims as well on the last drive.
Out of shotgun, snap, looking deep.
Wilson's looking for Zaire McKnight.
Nearly picked off there by number 29 for the Bears. I believe that is Brandon Medeiros.
That would be Brandon Medeiros, and Steven Silvio is right there as well. He's been all over the field today on offense, on defense, on special teams. And there's some great pressure by Bridgewater right there as well, by Brian Campagno, the defensive lineman senior out of Canton.
Snap again. McKnight in the backfield. Hand off to Frank Sims. Frank Sims trucking forward. Only getting a couple.
Sims, the fullback, lined up in what looked like a tight end position right there. They're going to fake the sweep, or they're going to go with the sweep to him, faking the handoff to McKnight, but that is not going to be for a big game.
Look down there. Lewis Casey at the end of the play, looking to make some money.
Lewis Casey's had himself a first quarter so far.
Crazy thing, we're still in the first quarter despite 4 touchdowns scored for the Bears. With 43 seconds remaining, the Falcons are the center.
3rd and 7 from the 28-yard line, 2 backs in the backfield, and Wilson's just going to take this one himself and bouncing off a couple tacklers, but he takes a huge hit right there. Oh, and I don't think the Fitchburg players like that hit.
That could be a unnecessary roughness play there.
Looked like Ibrahimi laid the hit down there, and I don't think Fitchburg was having it.
We'll see what the call is. But another great defensive play. Maybe. This is a penalty.
After the play was over, personal or unnecessary roughness, defense, number 52.
That's going to be unnecessary roughness on Bridgewater.
First
Anton Vasquez, the junior defensive lineman out of Nahant, Mass, is going to be called on that one.
You don't want to do that for your team. You just got a great stop, and now you just gave up a first. You gave the other team a free first down. You can't really afford to do that, especially in games like this. I mean, if you're up 4 scores, maybe you can get away with it, but you don't typically want to do that in the first quarter.
And you definitely don't want to see a hit like that on your quarterback if you're Fitchburg. Wilson, luckily, is okay, able to get up and enter center once again for that.
He has to snap it. He does. He's looking. He's keeping it himself down at the 48-yard line.
Brendan Albert in on the tackle there on the 48-yard line. Wilson kept it himself.
This is the end of the first quarter. The score of Bridgewater State Bears 28 and Fitchburg Falcons 0.
At midfield, this past 2021-22 Bridgewater State men's swimming and diving team, the 2022 Middle East Conference men's overall champions. They are receiving their championship rings today. They are the first team in the 52-year history of the swimming and diving program to win a conference championship. The swimmers, Brian Abbott, Christopher Anastasia Diaz, Cooper Castellona, Kyle Shaney, Luke Duran, Antonio Gonzalez, Brennan Gravanda, Joshua Hernandez, Owen Lesbury Casey, Michael Osordo, Joseph Purvier, Thomas Roach, DJ Scalisi, Chase Simamo, Eric Silva, Cameron Stringfellow, Connor Young, and they were coached by Michael Caruso, Jennifer Jackson, Nicole Monahan, Jay Schotter, Joe Yiskovich, and Charlie McDonald. Congratulations. Second and 5 from the 49-yard line.
All right, congratulations to the swim team right there as it's 2nd and 5.
I got a couple of friends in the swim team.
Congratulations to them, what an accomplishment. First time in 52 years.
Absolutely. But Frank Sims on the carry for the Bears, getting only a couple. Brings up 3rd and 3 for Fitchburg, I apologize.
Yeah, Sims, the fullback, has seen quite a bit of rushing work so far. The fullback seems to be a position that's a lot less used than it once was back some years ago. But Sims is getting a decent workload here today.
Back in the shotgun.
McKnight's going to line up in the slot, it looks like.
So we hand off to Sims. He bowls over, possibly for a first down, I believe.
They're looking to spot the ball.
And the sideline is saying to move. I think they're saying it's short.
Yeah, it looks like it's short. Have not seen the chain gang move yet.
I think they're looking to measure it. It's saying it's short. Short of the first.
So
all right.
Frank Sims, the 4th, going to come up short of the first down. What's going to go down is a 2-yard rush, I believe.
They're going to measure it.
That's subject to change here because they are now bringing out the chains.
Let's see what they got. It is short. Right, it's just barely short by a few inches. It's going to be bringing out 4th down and inches. I'm sure they're going to go for it. They've gone for it in more difficult situations.
I mean, 4th down and inches. What's the harm in it? You know, they went for a fake punt early in the game, so I wouldn't be surprised just hand it off to Sims or McKnight. That was going to go down as 2 yards. Brendan Albert and Dan Cataldo in on the tackle for Bridgewater State.
Let's see what they're doing.
Back-to-back 2-yard rushes for Sims so far. Could potentially see another run here.
QB keeper, and he's tackled behind the line. That's a TFL for the Bears.
Looks
on
like
4th down.
Wilson ran right into one of his offensive linemen, and the Bears just came in and finished the job.
That is very unfortunate for Wilson.
You look right here, he takes himself and runs into the back of McKnight and one of his O-linemen.
Sims walks into an offensive lineman, and Wilson walks right into him.
Sylvia and Cataldo right there and on the stop. As we've said, Sylvia's been all over the place. He's been having himself a game so far, and this game is still very young, early in the 2nd quarter.
So over and downs, the Bears take over. Receiver in motion, gets the handoff. Down the sideline, and out of bounds after getting a first down.
That's Marcus Carpenter, the sophomore wide receiver, or the freshman wide receiver out of Hope, Rhode Island. Carper sees a great deal of carries, jet sweeps, end rounds. for the Bridgewater offense. He's seen a lot of rushing work so far this year. So 14 on the carry for 14. Very fitting for Marcus Carpenter.
It's like he planned it or something. Out of the shotgun again. It's the Cahoon. Takes the snap. Keeps it. Throws it.
McCarthy
tackled, I believe, after getting just a few.
McCarthy's wrapped up. That's Jalen Miller.
Taken down right in front of his own sideline.
Yeah, that's Jalen Miller. Very interesting.
Again. Cahoon takes the snap. Hands it off to Couch. Couch has a lane. He's still going, and he's down.
Jalen Miller in on that one again.
Adam Couch, an amazing athlete, just keeps running. He doesn't give up. He's down towards the 20. Is that a 24-yard line?
Very interesting to see Jalen Miller out there. He's on the depth chart as a wide receiver.
Couch again. There's another lane. He's still running. And he's taken down at the 6-yard line.
Zachary Whitcomb, the freshman linebacker, comes up and takes down Couch. Couch was starting to trip there, so I don't know if he was going to be able to keep his balance anyway, but Whitcomb definitely ensured that he would not be able to.
Bears in the red zone. Couch staying in this time. And there's a whistle blown. We have timeout at Fitchburg.
Timeout, Fitchburg.
So that's the first timeout called by either side. So, of course, that is Fitchburg's first time out of the half. Sure, Adam Couch is looking to get a touchdown here after he saw Pointer punch one in on the first row.
Joe Vero giving a look to the camera, but he's coached a good game plan this week, and he's hoping that game plan can continue to work out for him and the team. As you can see Adam Couch in the huddle there towards the back. And we got. It's been a very exciting first few quarters of football. Second quarter has only just started. Bears have scored 4 touchdowns and are threatening to score another one before the Falcons barely made it into Bridgewater territory.
We've had 3 passing touchdowns by Cahoon so far, and we have 1 rushing touchdown. That was William Pointer on that one.
3 touchdowns ties the amount that Cahoon had last year against Fitchburg. That game he had 170 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. He only has 3 touchdowns today.
That's Akinshi, Nocera, and McCarthy had the 3 receiving touchdowns so far, and Cahoon's definitely looking to one-up what he did last time against Fitchburg, and he's got plenty of time to do so, as Kyle Torres is going to motion to the left side into the slot.
Couch gets the nope. He's looking for. That's his receiver again.
Jack McCarthy. Jack McCarthy, I'm sorry.
Another touchdown of the game. That's a second. It's usually Torres is the player that gets multiple touchdowns of the game, but today it's Jack McCarthy. And that's the 4th touchdown of the day for James Cahoon.
Jack McCarthy, a 6'4" wide receiver, definitely one of the bigger guys on the field. Built like a tight end. He's able to just take that one in.
I almost confused him for a tight end. But
yeah, wearing the number 80 and being as tall as he is, it's definitely easy.
And Joey Nasso kick is good again. That's 5 good kicks after 5 good PATs, and there's still more fireworks. I didn't know we had this in the budget, to be honest.
So McCarthy had the drop early on the first drive, forcing the 3 and out, and he's redeemed himself multiple times so far. James Cahoon very pleased with the performance so far.
He's got the headset on. He's having a very good time.
Got a smile on his face too, and why wouldn't he?
He's got 4 touchdowns today?
He has 4 touchdowns today, 5 touchdowns in total for the Bears, the other one being a William Pointer rushing touchdown. The only carry we've seen out of William Pointer so far today.
It's just been an offensive onslaught for the Bears. As we see score after score almost every single drive besides that first one. The first drive was 3 and out. It scored again every single drive. As we have the kicker, the punter, Shane Drake, off the kickoff, kicking back to our typical backfield return team.
Bridgewater looking for their first home win of the season after losing the opener to Ithaca. in a pretty convincing fashion. Ithaca had a very good game. Bridgewater was able to put some points on the board, but not as many as they would have liked to. And there's a flag on the play up around near the 40-yard line.
See what the call is, but for the time being, ball went out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They may be moving it.
Looks like around the 45, and looks like the Bridgewater special teams is walking back to where they kicked off from. They might be gonna they might redo this right here.
Could be 2 penalties on the play.
That might have been a delay of game penalty by Bridgewater.
Team, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
I believe it was offsides they called in the kicking team.
Yeah, I was not able to hear. The refs might cut out right there, but that's going to be a 5-yard penalty nonetheless on the kicking team. So Drake's going to run this one back from the 30.
All right, now they have another chance to get a good return, especially with Zaire McKnight back there on the return. If he's able to get it with his 5-yard advantage, he could probably take it. So he could potentially take it to the house.
And you can see the returners were creeping up for a second, but it looks like they're going to head back. As Boyake looked like he was going to come up a little bit, but he'll stay where he was at. As the kick is away from Shane Drake, and that's a relatively low one. And that was just going to go out the back of the end zone. I don't think McKnight was able to get a hand on that, so he was just better off letting that one go out of the end zone. It was a hard kick by Shane Drake.
Absolutely. I believe that did touch him. That could have been possibly some points going the other way, but Bridgewater doesn't need any more points. They've scored plenty so far in this game, and it's we're only 12 minutes left in the second quarter. We'll send it back to Olivia Jiddick on the sideline. Hello, Olivia.
The Bears are rolling 35-0. They basically just march right down the field against this Falcons defense, and we're going to see here the Bears defense is going to be solid once again, and we'll see if they can keep capitalizing on this 35-0 lead with another touchdown by McCarthy for his second of the day. We'll see the Bears continue to roll.
Thank you, Olivia, as the ball is up in the air, and I believe that's caught. That is caught by the Falcons by number 3. That is Zaire McKnight. It's an incredible play there for the Falcons. That was impressive. He can run and he can catch.
That's a 32-yard reception for the running back there, and he's 5'8". He's not a very big running back, but that was a fantastic play showing his height did not matter there.
And it was in double cover, covered by the D3 football player, team of the week player, Jaron Alves, and that's a QB carry for Wilson as he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Wilson's wrapped up quickly, was not able to get anything. Ibrahimi in on that one. Called his name a lot today. Oh, I'm sorry, that was McKnight. That was a direct snap to Elijah Zaire McKnight. That resulted in a loss of 1 for Fitchburg.
I feel like Fitchburg's having a lot more success in the air than they're able to get completions. Maybe some quick passes might be able to help them out, but they're definitely not having a lot of. They're trying to get the game going on the ground. They haven't been able to. I think they just need to start throwing it and seeing what can happen, especially when you get players like Zaire McKnight.
Right, actually another correction, that was Logan Wilson on the carry, tackled by Ibrahimi for no gain.
We're going to throw it again, and that's caught again by number 11. That is Zaire Gomez.
Wow, and Ibrahimi, it looks like he had a very good chance at picking that one off, and Zaire Gomez is still down. That is not something you want to see for Fitchburg. But he'll be able to get up.
He's limping off the field, but he's had a great season. He's the leading receiver so far. And here's the catch. That's a perfectly placed ball. Just an amazing catch too. Like that is a very impressive play.
There's going to be a penalty on the offense.
Defense. So there was a defensive penalty.
Defense. I'm sorry.
Declined.
That was Ibrahimi on that one, who the pass by Gomez was caught on. So that's a gain of 9 for Fitchburg as Gomez went to the sideline there. Very promising player, only a freshman, and as you said, he's had a very good season so far for Fitchburg. So hopefully he'll be able to come back out.
Another handoff. This is Zaire McKnight is taken down again, but Was it enough for a first down? Or they're calling it just short.
The linebacker Ben McMahon able to get the stop there. Looks like someone else. McMahon was the second wave of tacklers to get in on that one. Able to come in and finish the job.
It looks like Fitchburg is going for it on fourth down. We're unsuccessful last time, but this could be a different story. That was last drive. This is this drive. This is their best offensive drive so far this game. Let's see what they can do.
And it looks like there's 2 running backs going to line up in the backfield, Sims and McKnight, one to each side of Wilson. And it looks like a couple of Bridgewater players on the defense were looking for a flag, but they're not going to get it.
I believe it's Frank Sims for the first down. Yeah, they're moving the chains. That's a first down. When Fitchburg is able to run the ball well, they're getting big plays, good first downs off those runs. But for the most part, they're more successful in the air. And I think they should start attacking through the air more. This could be I sense a touchdown drive coming on unless something astronomically not great happens to this team.
As we've mentioned, I mean, Fitchburg's a very run-first offense. They've kind of shied away from the passing game a lot today, using multiple running backs.
Immediately met in the backfield like 2 defenders for the Bears.
That's number 98, Nicholas Canellis, and I believe number
96 as well.
Jonathan Cleveland was also in on there for the loss of 2. And it looks like Wilson might have got ran over there, but he's fine. He is still out there ready for this next drive.
Second and 12. Second and 12 for the Fitchburg Falcons. Fitchburg State Falcons.
As you were just saying, you felt the touchdown drive coming. They start moving in the wrong direction, hoping to correct themselves here.
Well, they jinx them as Zahir McKnight has the handoff. He gets the yards back and a couple more.
Yeah, McKnight getting lost in a pile right there. Pile of red and white.
The handoff gets taken down. Josh Legore on the play. That's my Milford bandmate in high school. Sometimes would wear his football pads while playing his saxophone in the marching band. It was an amazing sight to see. You just have to be there.
In the marching band and on the football team, it's very impressive.
It's a lot of work. It takes a bigger man than me. And we have Logan Wilson back to throw it.
Oh, he's under pressure.
And it's caught by number 18. It's an impressive play there.
And it looks like there is a flag on the play. It's down over near the 35-yard line. And Wilson, great job able to get the ball out quickly as we wait for the call here from the refs. It might be an illegal block.
Illegal block waste. Offense number 3.
It's going to be an illegal block, and that's going to be
repeat third down.
That's going to be Elijah Zaire McKnight. So they're going to repeat third down and go in the other direction once again. So what started out as a promising drive for Fitchburg has now got them at center field.
It was Brandon Ponce on that catch that was called back, but it's still a very impressive play. As this is a 3rd and 23. I might have jinxed them when I said I call the touchdown drive coming. It's not over. They got 2 more downs.
Nice catch by Ponce, and once again, nice job by Wilson, just able to get that ball out quickly, as he was definitely hurried by Bridgewater, and he will be again today, and he is ripped down. That is number 98, Nicholas Canales for Bridgewater. We called his name on that 2-yard loss earlier, and he has been all over the field. There are 3 Bridgewater Bears in the backfield.
There's also, I believe, Steven Sylvia made a play there too, and Legore adds some pressure there as well. One of the 3 would have gotten there.
Yeah, they just ran in there completely unblocked, and Wilson was not able to get the throw off this time as they prepare to punt.
The punt here is better than a turnover on downs again.
Ooh, that snap looked like it was a little bit high, as Drew Donovan's going to take this one right behind the 20.
That's a big return.
He's getting some good blocks, and there's a flag on the play up near the 45-yard line.
That was almost a turnover on downs anyways, if this run can stand.
There's a good return by Drew Donovan. as it is right now, but there is a flag.
Drew Donovan showed some speed on that play, got the ball and just immediately started to run as far and as fast as he could. Had some help of his blockers, but that could be coming back. Let's see what the call is.
Donovan's a freshman out of Abington. He's had some nice returns so far.
Holding. Receiving team number 17.
That's going to be
That'll be half
holding
the distance to the goal
Bridgewater.
from
That's
the end
gonna
of the
be
kick.
Antonio
First
Rapti,
down, Bridgewater.
the defensive back.
They're bringing that back half a distance to the goal line from where the ball was caught, which that's going to pin Bridgewater deep in their own territory.
Expect to see some Adam Couch right here. Definitely not wanting to risk anything.
Absolutely. Your best offensive player, just keep the ball in his hands.
They are very far back right now.
When you're up 35 points, don't really want to risk anything.
Especially when you're this close to your own end zone. Don't want to risk a safety here. This, all it takes is a shotgun play and some pressure, and Cahoon's taken down in the backfield.
Or even worse, a pick six. It's very easy to get one of those when you're so close to the end zone.
They're going to motion Donovan, who was on the return.
It's Couch with the handoff. Couch still running, and he's taken down again for, I believe that's 8 yards on that carry. Adam Couch, he knows how to finish runs better than anyone else in this team.
Yeah, for sure. Adam Couch has been the best runner on Bridgewater for the past couple of years. That's going to go for a gain of 8, taking it to 2nd and 2. And once again, Donovan's going to motion over.
They love their motion plays. And Couch has it again. He's going to give him more this time.
Adam Couch.
If he gets his blocks, he can take it to the house. He's still running.
Nice block by Donovan, and it looks like someone got the hand on a face mask.
There's a flag on the play, but another amazing run by Adam Couch.
And you got to hand it off to Drew Donovan. He got his big return called back, and then he just goes out there and throws down some nice blocks on offense.
Personal foul, face mask.
That
Defense
is,
number
as a matter
21.
of fact, going to be a face mask
15-yard
on
penalty
number
from the end of the
21
run.
for
Automatic
Fitchburg
first
State.
down.
That's Jalen Miller, the wide receiver who's seen plenty of time on defense today.
So that big run gets added even more yards to the end of it. Here's that run again.
There's great blocks by the Bridgewater State offensive lineman. Couch able to avoid a couple tackles here, and Drew Donovan definitely sets up a nice block for him as well.
You see William Pointer in the backfield now, and he's got the carry. He's running. Is it going to get another touchdown? His second carry?
Pointer still able to stay up.
But he was able to sit for a long time for that play. His 2 carries, 1 touchdown. It was only fair that he was going to get another carry on the second carry.
There is a flag in the play, or on the play, and that's going to be holding on offense number 82. That's Jack McCarthy. He's had 2 touchdowns so far today.
McCarthy had a great game, and they had a penalty going their way. Now it's going the other way.
MASCAC award winners, please report to the end of the bleachers by the head.
So we have
Thank you.
10-yard penalty on the holding. Now Bears are backed up.
Pointer's going to stay in the backfield here for Bridgewater.
He's 1st and 13. Pointer with the carry. He's got a lane. He still has the lane. He's
jeez.
He's trucking defenders.
William Pointer. Absolutely. Oh.
He got those yards back. No problem.
He ran over a Fitchburg State defender, and the Fitchburg State player is still on the ground. That is not something you want to see.
William Pointer from Milford. It's the Milford players in this team. There's something special.
And there's the hit once again. It looks like he took it right to the head. It looks like that might have been Miller who went down there.
See Cahoon standing tall in the middle of that huddle. Cahoon, a very tall individual, standing at 6'4", 215 pounds. At the senior out of Buzzards Bay, Mass.
So we've seen a lot of Bridgewater State's rushing attacks so far, and you know that's kind of common in a rain game to see a lot of rushing and a lot of play action plays. But, you know, you take Adam Couch out of the game for a couple plays, and then in comes William Pointer, and he's just as able to take a long play as Adam Couch is.
Absolutely. William Pointer is a senior from Milford. Went to Milford High School. Same as me, you know, people from Milford, they just really good at what they do. I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, I'm just saying, you know. But yes, great game so far for the Bridgewater offense. It needs to be said, it's 35-0. The offense have scored 5 touchdowns in only the first half.
And good news for Fitchburg as Jalen Miller is able to get up and walk off. He's being helped off, but it just looks like he took a hard hit right there, got the wind knocked out of him. Hopefully we'll be able to see him back in the game later.
Absolutely. You know, we saw it happen earlier to another player for Fitchburg. It's happening again to another Fitchburg player, and you know, there he is, suddenly off the camera. But you just hope, you just gotta hope at this, especially at this level, that they're just okay and they can go back to class on Monday and just like nothing happened.
Yeah, we saw Noise go down earlier in the game, but it's nice to see both of them walk off and no need for a cart or anything like that. So
really, Adam Couch back in this game. Lined up next to Cahoon. It's a motion.
Looks like that's one of the tight ends. Jalen
Looking to
Kopecky.
pass it, and it's caught by Kopecky. Kopecky down the sideline.
Oh,
Still
and Kopecky
going,
stays
still
up.
Going into the end zone is Jalen Kopecky for a touchdown.
Kopecky does a great job of staying up right there. We saw a motion earlier in that play. And Jalen Kopecky just able to keep his balance, avoid tacklers. And that is a great play by Jalen Kopecky.
James Cahoon's 5th touchdown of the day goes to the tight end, Jalen Kopecky. Just
Look at
powering
that.
through defenders and just won't go down, refuses to stay down. An awesome play by Kopecky.
That's Kopecky's first reception of the game, and he definitely made the most of that one, taking it to the crib.
Absolutely. Him and William Pointer, their first touches in the game were for touchdowns. As Joey Nasso's kick is good again.
We're going to send it down to Olivia Jeddick, our sideline reporter.
The kick is good, and the Bears add on to their lead with a huge touchdown by their tight end, Jalen Kopecky. With the score being 42-0, the Bears are in a commanding lead heading in. It's not even halftime yet here, folks. We're here at Swenson Field. The rain is falling here. We're having a good time.
All right, thank you, Olivia. Absolutely, the Bears have scored 6 offensive touchdowns so far today, and it's only the first half. Still 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Who knows what they could do with the rest of this game? Maybe Fitchburg can start making a comeback. They certainly have time if Bridgewater's able to score this quickly. Who knows what Fitchburg can do with the remaining time?
If this keeps up for Bridgewater, you might expect to see quarterback S.P. Pergano, and the backup quarterback came in the Ithaca game when that one got out of hand. So we could see him come in if they decide to pull James Cahoon.
And can I say, SP? That's a great nickname to have. That's awesome. SP Pergano, great name. Here we have Shane Drake back again for the kickoff.
Fitchburg really looking for anything here on offense. Just want to get a field goal, a touchdown, anything like that, as Elijah Zaire McKnight takes this one. He's making some cuts up near the 20, but he's just going to be wrapped up and taken down by Bridgewater.
Bridgewater defenders are relentless. They do not, once they get your hands on them, they're not going to let go. Here's the return again. Zaire McKnight picks it up, tries to run, turns on the burners right here, makes a cut. It was met by the defenders.
That was a huge wrap-up tackle by number 58 for Bridgewater State. Adam Ferreira, this junior linebacker out of Warwick, Rhode Island, played his college ball at Pilgrim. And Bridgewater State's special teams unit and their defense have just been fantastic all day, refusing to allow anything to Fitchburg.
And under center for the first time this game. It's still Logan Wilson. It's handed off.
Just to put it in perspective, Fitchburg only has 4 first downs so far to Bridgewater's 13. they have a little less than a third of the first downs of Bridgewater so far. And of course, Bridgewater's had plenty of big hitters as well.
Absolutely. Most of those first downs came on that last offensive drive, so they're definitely starting to get better on offense. They're starting to get that flow. As you see this run again for Zaire McKnight. It just goes nowhere because the Bears are just there, but the Falcons are starting to cook something up. They're starting to move down the field a little bit better. Let's see what they can do here. Under center, it's probably going to be another handoff. It's a toss. It'll get pushed out of the way. It's Jaron Alves there. They're making a play on that defender. That was huge. A huge push there.
Yeah, you look at that play. They came out with Sims lined up at the fullback position. We've seen him lined up in the backfield at running back a couple times. But there's going to be no gain for Zaire McKnight on that one.
It was Steven Silvio who made that block. I apologize, but Jaron Alves there, haven't really called his name much, and that's a good thing if you're a cornerback. If you get your name called, you might be getting picked on a lot. But Jaron Alves has had a great game so far.
Definitely good for cornerbacks and offensive linemen to not hear your name called that much.
Absolutely. Wilson back out of the shotgun. Frank Sims to his left. He's looking out. Incomplete. Just a miscommunication there with his receiver. Number 14, Kwasi Boakie.
Yeah, it looks like he just really didn't know where the ball was going to go. I think it looks like he had a different idea of it than Wilson.
We started to cut up field. That might have been just a curl route. They just route. They just didn't really run it well.
Yeah, and he had Nathan Oliver right there alongside Ben McMahon. So luckily, that ball did not go into either of their hands for Fitchburg. But Fitchburg is going to look to kick this one away to Drew Donovan once again. Had the big return last drive, ended up being called back.
It was blown.
It's going to be Bridgewater's first timeout of the first half. They still have 2 remaining. It's only the second timeout for either team so far. Fitchburg called one a few drives ago.
As you see, there's a lot of great players for these teams working hard to make things happen.
I'm sure Drew Donovan would like to get a big return here after he had his return last drive called back.
Absolutely. We've already seen 6 offensive touchdowns. Maybe a special teams touchdown to add on to it would be nice. That was almost blocked.
Donovan's going to be able to get his hand on it perfectly, and there's a penalty. That looks like number 17 on Bridgewater State. Antonio Rafty is the defensive back. That might be another penalty on him.
That was Patrick Fluke almost with a block on that kick. A junior linebacker out of West Bridgewater.
And the Bridgewater offense is moved
In the return,
back.
illegal block in the back. Receiving team number 17.
So that is, as a matter of
10-yard
fact,
penalty from the spot of the foul.
On Antonio
First down,
Rafties.
Bridgewater.
It's his second special teams penalty so far. That's going to be 10 yards back for Bridgewater. But Drew Donovan will have to wait till the next punt to break one big.
But here it is. That was a nice return. Anyways, there's a block at the back. You can see it.
Donovan's only a freshman. Really showed some promise out here. Him alongside Marcus Carpenter, 2 freshman wide receivers who definitely showcased a lot of speed and athleticism so far today.
Cahoon's still out there, out of shotgun. We're going 5 wide here, in motion. And it's QB keeper. James Cahoon still has it. He's still running.
Cahoon, open field.
He's got nothing but green grass in front of him. He's tackled.
Cahoon tried to stiff arm one of the Fitchburg defenders. That's Jan Valls on that one, a very speedy defender who's been all over the field tonight. But what a keeper by James Cahoon.
James Cahoon with the carry.
That's unlike him. You never see him run, almost ever.
Not a huge running quarterback at all.
He was just trying to lay the stiff arm, but he was tackled. Excellent player by Cahoon, uncharacteristic of him. They're just trying things now. They're up 6 touchdowns.
Definitely enjoyed himself on that one. Doesn't get the opportunity to run it that much. As Isaiah Wright's coming in at running back now, the sophomore out of Worcester, Massachusetts. We have not seen him yet, except the Cahoon keeper as well. It was a fake to Wright. He sees a lot of work on the special teams unit on punt returns and kick returns, but obviously playing behind the 2 seniors, Couch and Pointer at running back, as Pointer trots out there again to reclaim his position in the backfield.
Kyle Torres in motion. Cahoon's going to throw it. He's got it. He's got a receiver, and that's another. That's another touchdown.
Michael
for the
Nocera
Bears.
had a touchdown earlier in the first quarter, a fantastic touchdown in the back of the end zone where he was just able to get a foot in. As you can see him flashing the 2 right there. His second reception, second touchdown of the game.
That's a school record, 6 touchdowns for James Cahoon on the day. What an awesome career day for Cahoon. What like a school day for Bridgewater State.
Yeah.
6 passing touchdowns in only the second quarter.
And if you're going to break a record, homecoming is the game to do it on.
Absolutely, the whole crowd is here. It feels like the entire city of Bridgewater is here to see you do this.
Oh, and that PAT is blocked. So Nassau was previously, I believe, 6 for 6, but now he's going to be 6 for 7. Looks like a Fitchburg player was able to get their hand on that, but congratulations to James Cahoon for the school record 6 passing touchdowns in a game. I'm sure he's looking to run that one up in the second half. There's only 1:16 left to play in the second quarter so far before we go to halftime.
Still an excellent, a very exciting game if you're Bridgewater. A school record, 6 touchdowns, and it's only the first half. We've scored 48 points in the first half. Who knows what's in store for the rest of this game? And if you're Fitchburg, you're hoping for something to change, at least some points, maybe a touchdown, at least a field goal.
Michael Noceris just came in, seen 2 receptions, and taken both of them to the crib. He's having himself a very good game as well, the senior out of Cumberland, Rhode Island. That's his 3rd receiving touchdown on the season. He's had himself a pretty solid season as well, 187 yards, averaging 46.8 per game.
This game has been nothing but high scoring, just high passing. It's very lopsided, which normally would not be very exciting. But because it's homecoming, the Bridgewater State fans are having a day. They're having
the crowd is loving this.
The crowd's having a great day today. The cheerleaders are probably exhausted from all the cheering they have to do after every touchdown they've scored today. This is probably, I believe, the highest scoring game so far this season for the Bears.
Just a couple statistics here. Fitchburg, 3 completions to 12 attempts. Bridgewater, 9 completions to 12 attempts. And James Cahoon has not been sacked yet. Logan Wilson has. He's been sacked once so far today.
Zero McKnight got a really great grab on that ball, and he's still going. He's still running, and he's brought down at the 30. But yes, last week, the first win for Bridgewater was a 40-27 win over Western Connecticut State. And now they've scored, that was 40 points in that game. They scored 48 so far in only the first half of this game. I don't think they have enough fireworks. I don't think they have enough fireworks for today.
Yeah, they still have to shoot some off after the end of the game. So hopefully they did take this in for account.
Absolutely. They might stop using the fireworks because they keep scoring so much. We've seen the Kansas City Chiefs do that sometimes in the playoffs, where they score too many touchdowns. They don't have enough fireworks, so they just stop doing the fireworks. But if the Bears can keep this up, this will be a very, very exciting season. This is it could be a new record-setting day.
Looks like we're going to see a direct snap here to Elijah Zaire McKnight.
He hands it off to Frank Sims there. Sims gets nothing off of that.
Could we see some Zaire McKnight in at quarterback?
He does tend to pass it occasionally. I have seen stats where he has thrown it. I believe last time that these two teams matched up, I believe he threw it 4 times.
The punter number 10, TJ Farr, is listed as the second quarterback on the depth chart, but I don't know if Wilson came out after that play.
We have someone new coming in, number 7 for Fitchburg State.
That's going to be Dylan Cosner, the sophomore wide receiver, coming out. And yeah, it looks like he's going to take the snap at quarterback. 2 running backs lined up in the backfield. He'll hand this one off to Sims, the 4th. And that one's going to go for very little.
Dylan Cosner definitely has a few inches on Logan Wilson, but definitely probably not a passer if he's playing wide receiver. And he just handed it off. And that's the end of the first half. The score of 48 Bridgewater, Fitchburg State 0. Definitely a lopsided game.
Definitely a great score for Bridgewater's homecoming game and Coach Varia's first game after being elevated to a full-time staff member, full-time head coach. So congratulations to him and congratulations to James Cahoon on the school passing touchdown record.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back with you after the half.
I've gotten an internship, I've been going to these great classes. I've definitely been given the ability to pursue something that's so passionate and dear to me.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
7:35 remaining. Tatum with the drive.
Gatorade studies the best athletes to create the most advanced range of sports fuel. Gatorade. You fuel us, we fuel you.
Snow day. 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 Touch. Tackle.
Oh, hey, just having some breakfast before the big meeting. Because great hair and dynamite breath will only get you so far, or so I've been told. You see, breakfast isn't food, it's fuel for the fire that helps Earth be the best planet in the We've got cereal, bagels, toast, everything you can handle. We're insane in the grain. Oh, hey, pancakes, huh? I feel you on that. Hey, how about some bacon, guys? Huh? Can I get a hallelujah for bacon? Hallelujah! Yeah. Can I get a hallelujah for waffles? Huh? No? That's why we don't do waffles. We've got it all. And to prove it, I'll post a new breakfast combo with these cool new emojicons I'm working on. Say I post a toast sandwich with 3 bowls of cereal. I call that a carbonanza. Or bacon with eggs. And extra bacon and eggs. I call that a paleo no you didn't. What do you call it? Let me know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm having a little me time. Ooh, yeah.
I love my job.
Hey, Taylor.
I'm there when people need me. They count on me, because I do what it takes. Whenever,
Great, thanks.
wherever. I don't do it for praise. I want to make them happy. I'm proud to work for an American company. I drive for WB Mason, and nobody does it better.
What does a crisis teach us? We need persistence, knowledge, empathy, action. We need innovators and leaders. Education is critical. And at Bridgewater State University, we're here for you. For a great education, 360 dedicated faculty, hundreds of programs, highly engaged learning, 11,000 hardworking, practical dreamers like you, finding their passion, launching their careers. We've been here for 180 years through all kinds of crises. Student safety? Always. Today, online, we're here for you, safely, with academic rigor, one-on-one intensity, and a focus on your future. Tomorrow, together again on campus, we'll be here for you, pushing forward. For tomorrow's crises, for tomorrow's challenges, for tomorrow's jobs, tomorrow's living. We need you, each of you, to persist, connect, innovate, create, learn, and lead.
I'm a current Division III student athlete, and I remember how intimidating the first year of college can be.
So if you're a first-year student athlete and nervous about coming out as LGBTQ, I pledge to stand by your side as your ally.
If you can play Division III.
We are Division III student athletes, and you can be too. If you can play in Division III.
You want to know the secret to victory? Fail to make the varsity team.
Start your career as a walk-on.
Go 3-13 your rookie season.
Lead the league in interceptions.
Take a perfect team and blow a perfect season.
Spend 108 years as a lovable loser.
This arena denied a shot at history by an unseeded opponent.
Be on the wrong side of the biggest upset in your sport.
You really want to know the secret to victory.
And heartbreak for Matt Ryan, who is in utter disbelief.
Defeat. Come on, one more. Set. Yeah! All right, again. Make defeat your fuel.
A billion people tuning into the match between...
Hey, you ready?
Netherlands and Nigeria before a capacity crowd.
You're not done.
Women's football game sets new sales record. Longshuang rocks the world yet again.
Biggest turnout ever seen in sports. How does it feel?
It's Barca making a last push, and there's a foul.
That post, Gerrard. Okay.
Big opportunity for coach Alex Scott and the team.
PK! Round the back!
Coutinho to PK. Goal!
The league's
first female coach makes history. Keep up, eyes to done. Oh, that's incredible footwork. She's on the move. Big chance for Australia, and Kerr setting up for the kick.
¿Pero qué está pasando ahí?
Hey, you ready?
Holiday Inn Express gets you the readiest, because ready gets out of a jam.
What?
But the readiest can flat out jam.
Holiday Inn Express. Be the readiest.
I think if you're looking for a community that will respect your academic and personal passions and be able to provide one-on-one support, I think Bridgewater is the perfect school for you. I wouldn't trade my experience here for anything. So for me, studying English, you need to be a critical reader, a critical thinker, and a critical analyzer. And I think those are key skills that any employer is looking for.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I believe that everyone should be educated on LGBTQ issues.
I pledge to work with my athletic department and my campus to foster dialogue and create a community of support, respect, and pride.
If you can play in Division III.
We are Division III student athletes, and you can be too. If you can play in Division III.
If I could give an athlete one piece of advice, it'd be to find someone committed to taking you down.
And then we hit the field like boom. All day like boom. All night like boom. We hit the field like boom. Still talking like boom. All day like boom. All night.
Because that rival that wants to take you down is going to make you raise your game even higher.
All day like boom. All night like boom.
American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. American woman, gonna mess your mind. Stay away from me, American woman. Listen what I say.
I immigrated to the United States from Haiti in 2010. I attended Bridgewater State University and graduated in 2018. My highlight at Bridgewater was definitely my research work. I have a deep found love for the university simply because they reach out to folks in different communities that may not have opportunities to further their education.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I believe student athletes can help break down the barriers of exclusion.
I pledge to support and encourage my teammates
to support my campus's LGBTQ student group
by volunteering and participating in events.
If you can play in Division III.
We are Division III student athletes, and you can be too. If you can play in Division III.
To be at the top of your game, it takes grit, guts, our
hours upon hours of sweating it out. Bodies analyzed and pushed to the limit. So when it's time to hit the field, the court, the pitch, the track, you can go out knowing you've left nothing to chance, because nothing beats Gatorade.
The opportunities for me as an undergraduate here at BSU are essentially limitless. I've gotten an internship, I've been going to these great classes. I've definitely been given the ability to pursue something that's so passionate and dear to me.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
7:35 remaining. Tatum with the drive.
Gatorade studies the best athletes to create the most advanced range of sports fuel. Gatorade. You fuel us, we fuel you.
Snow day. 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 Touch. Tackle.
Oh, hey, just having some breakfast before the big meeting. Because great hair and dynamite breath will only get you so far, or so I've been told. You see, breakfast isn't food, it's fuel for the fire that helps Earth be the best planet in the United States. We've got breakfast for everybody. Paleo people, we got sausage and bacon. Vegan, I don't know what that is, but we got a lot of fresh fruit. You call yourself a glutenarian? Hey, we've got cereal, bagels, toast, everything you can handle. We're insane in the grain. Oh, hey, pancakes, huh? I feel you on that. Hey, how about some bacon, guys? Huh? Can I get a hallelujah for bacon? Hallelujah! Yeah. Can I get a hallelujah for waffles? Huh? No? That's why we don't do waffles. We've got it all. And to prove it, I'll post a new breakfast combo with these cool new emojicons I'm working on. Say I post a toast sandwich with 3 bowls of cereal. I call that a carbonanza. Or bacon with eggs. And extra bacon and eggs. I call that a paleo no you didn't. What do you call it? Let me know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm having a little me time. Ooh, yeah.
Heading into the second half of this MASCAC football game, Bridgewater on their homecoming game score of 48-0 over the Fitchburg State Falcons. James Cahoon breaking a Bridgewater State record with 6 touchdowns in the game. Previous record was 5. Now he's broken it with 6. He also has one of his biggest runs of his career of 42 yards, which is unlikely. Adam Couch on the ground with 12 carries and 119 yards. It was William Pointer with a sole rushing touchdown. There are 2 receivers with 2 touchdowns, Jack McCarthy and Michael Nocera. There's 2 other touchdowns scored by Dan Akinshi and the tight end Jalen Kopecki. Fitchburg, on the other hand, hasn't been able to do much. Only 62 yards of offense, and they've only had 4 first downs. They had turnover on downs. It hasn't been a great game for Fitchburg, but it's been quite opposite for the Bridgewater Bears. They cannot be stopped right now.
Yeah, both teams have had their fair share of penalties as well, both having 6. You see the stats now on your screen. But they'll be definitely looking to shape up on the penalty side of the ball, regardless of how they're doing.
Fitchburg State Falcons with only 3 completions on this game. The biggest completion was to the running back, Elijah Zaire McKnight, for 32 yards.
That completion alone makes up for half of their yards so far today. Of course, they'll be looking to extend that further going into the second half.
Leading rusher for Fitchburg State, Frank Sims, with 10 carries and 19 yards. Obviously no score for anyone yet, but the Fitchburg State has, I'm not going to say it's too late for a comeback, but I think it might be too late for a comeback. Unless some miracle happens, well, then we'll be in for some really exciting football if that's the case.
Then on the other hand of Bridgewater, Adam Couch, 12 rushes, 119 yards. Still looking for his first touchdown, and I'm sure he wants one after seeing William Pointer score one. It'll be interesting to see here after Fitchburg's first drive as Bridgewater's getting set to kick off. Shane Drake out there dancing around, getting everyone excited for the next drive. But it'll be interesting to see if they keep rolling with James Cahoon or if they look to SP Pregano to come in since Cahoon's ran up the score so much, 48-0. But I'm sure Cahoon would love to extend his school record 6 touchdowns.
I mean, from what I'm seeing so far, I think Bridgewater is in for another MASCAC Player of the Week in James Cahoon with 6 touchdowns, possibly even more.
It's going to be tough to beat it, and Cahoon is still there on the sideline with a lot of the starting offensive players holding his helmet. So it looks like he's getting ready to go back in as Shane Drake kicks this one away.
It was caught by Elijah Zaire McKnight, and he's taking it out of the end zone. He made a cut. It was a good cut, and he's taking down behind right in front of the 20-yard line. Olivia Jiddick of the sideline. What do you got, Olivia?
Checking here, back on the field is Olivia Jedick here with the Bears rolling with the 48-0 lead. And after talking to some of the players and the coaches during halftime, their focus is their game plan, their execution, the fundamentals, and just trying to get better, which is all you can ask for with this, tremendous lead they have here. So it was good to see how humble they are and the focus to get better at the little things, because they know what lies ahead coming for this coming season. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Olivia. We are back with Fitchburg's offense on the field to begin the game. We begin the second half. This is a handoff to Sims, and Sims gets a good gain, about 2 yards.
So it's worth noting for the Fitchburg offense, Dylan Costner, the sophomore wide receiver, stays in at quarterback. Looks like that's the day for Logan Wilson. Probably don't want to risk an injury to their starting quarterback, given the deficit right here.
Absolutely. He hasn't had much success passing the ball. There's only been 3 completions on the day for him, but give opportunity for someone else to take a stab at quarterback.
Also interesting, Jaron Elves is on the sidelines for Bridgewater, so it looks like they might be resting a couple key players as well.
Absolutely. You're up 48-0 at the beginning of the second half. You got to see what you have, what talent you have.
Yeah, might as well see what some of the younger players can do. And there's going to be a flag on that play.
Speed on the run there, but flag. This could be coming back. Could be false start.
Costner, the receiver, going to have some speed to him. That was a pretty good run, but that's probably going to come back.
We'll see the call in about a minute.
Not all players set at the snap. That convert false start. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still
That's going to be a
down.
false start on Fitchburg State. Still second down, 5-yard penalty though, so they'll trot back. And like we said, Fitchburg, that's their 7th penalty of the game. They have 7, Bridgewater has 6. Both teams, I'm sure, would like to cut that number down.
Dylan Costner keeping it. He's running. He slides. A gain of about 2, I believe there. Possibly more.
That's going to be Lewis Casey and Dan Cataldo in for Bridgewater. They've been making some plays so far today.
Well, Dylan Costner has yet to attempt a pass. Maybe that changes by the end of this game, but I think he's not really he's listed at receiver. I don't know if he's much of a passer. I think they might just try to get him to run as much as possible. He's got the speed on him too.
Yeah, for sure. We've seen Fitchburg use some receivers in positions that they're not listed for on the depth chart. Jalen Miller's played corner, leading Fitchburg in tackles.
And just as we said that, the first completion for Costner is there. It's number 14 for Fitchburg.
That's Boyeke. We've seen him on the return units. Has not had a chance to, or he hasn't had a reception yet. He's had a couple targets, but that is his first reception.
The first down for both teams in the second half came from the team with the deficit.
I'm sorry, second reception.
We got Costner still in at quarterback. I'm sure he'll be there all day. We got Zaire in motion. Goes to Frank Sims. Frank Sims gets taken down.
Or does he? Sims stayed up, and now he's down by the 40.
I confused the camera guy, and the camera guy confused me. I thought he was down.
Sims just into a pile of Bridgewater players and Fitchburg players, and then he just pops out at the 40. Great job of staying on his feet there through all the contact.
Absolutely, that's the hard-nosed running you need from your lead back.
And it looks like there's a player down. That might be Sims. I'm not sure. We cannot see the number from over here.
I believe it is Sims. He had a hard run there. Now he's got another. As we see, offensive coach for the Bears very happy about the performance today.
Fitchburg has been hit hard with injuries so far today. We saw Jalen Miller go down late in the second. We also saw Luke Noyes go down as well. So that's their 3rd player to go down. Luckily, he's able to walk off. So that's always a good sign.
I believe that was tight ends coach Darian Bartaboj. Definitely butchered that. I apologize, Darian. But
he's definitely got to be happy with that Jalen Kopecky touchdown late in the second.
Absolutely, tight ends coach. All right, back on the shotgun. Collects the snap, looking to throw it deep. Takes a shot. It's intercepted. Oh. Intercepted by the Bears, and that's going to be housed for 6. Touchdown, Bears.
There's a flag on the play. That might be roughing. I am not sure. That could also be excessive celebration. Really not sure what that was. The flag was late.
If the play stands, that is a touchdown for Corey Conlon.
It did look like Costner got hit, but it might have been as he threw. So nevertheless.
Corey Conlon, the sophomore out of Smithfield, Rhode Island. If that stands, that is a defensive touchdown. Let's see what the call is. Trying to figure this out.
Fouls on the play, both against Bridgewater.
Oh, 2 penalties on Bridgewater.
Legal blindside block. Bridgewater number 95. That penalty is declined. Personal foul, roughing the pass, defense number 52. That penalty is accepted. 15 yards from the previous spot.
So that is going to be
automatic
roughing the passer. That's Anton Vasquez, the junior defensive lineman out of Nahant, Mass. Played his high school ball at Swampscott. He had the roughing the passer, and there also was an illegal block by Brian Campagna. So take away that pick six.
Take away the interception too, you know. But that's a first down for Fitchburg, and it comes at a good time. Now that maybe they can get their first points of the game right here.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Shotgun. Look, make sure the receivers are set. Gets receiver in motion. Ball snapped. Hands off. Oh, he keeps it actually. He's met immediately for no gain. Possibly even a loss there. Possibly, I believe, a loss of 1 on that play.
It's worth noting for Fitchburg, junior running back Matthew Aguirre's come into the backfield to replace Frank Sims IV. He'll probably see a lot of work alongside Elijah Zaire McKnight. We've seen Fitchburg go to their running back and their fullback a lot so far today.
They definitely love to run the ball. You know, keep it, especially without their starting quarterback out there and a receiver at quarterback. They're probably not going to try to throw the ball as much. They've had success so far with the run. That interception didn't count, but they had a big first down receiving. So they continue it as we have Cosner back again at quarterback.
Sure, their rushing attack hasn't been as effective as they'd wish, but that might start putting them in the right direction.
That nearly would have changed it. That's nearly a first down for Elijah Zaire McKnight. That was an impressive run there.
Yeah, he's had some explosive runs, and he hasn't really been able to get anything big yet. Also been explosive on the return unit. He's definitely looking to break a big run down the side of the field.
Zaire McKnight, Mr. California, with his golden shoes on.
3rd and 3 from the 37.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 from the 37 for Fitchburg.
Here's the play here. Most likely a pass. Could be a run. There's a tag for loss there.
They're going to go for a run, and he's just wrapped up instantly. That looks like that was number 57, Zachary Gamelin, the junior defensive lineman out of Williston, Vermont.
Now the question is, do they think it's worth going for it? I believe they think it is worth going for. You're already down enough. You know, see what you can get. If you can get anything, 5 yards, maybe more. But I respect it. I respect it.
Sure, as a receiver, Cosner would just love to throw one deep. Show that he's got an arm as well.
Oh, and a missed snap. He's got to take it, and that's a sack. That's number 46 for the Bears.
James Fontaine, the senior linebacker out of East Grand Rapid Forks, Minnesota. I'm sorry. Yeah, no. That's right.
East Grand Forks, Minnesota. I've never heard of that place before, but they get some good football players, especially ones that come from there to Bridgewater.
So Bridgewater takes over 1st and 10 here. And
SP Pregano is the quarterback now. William Pointer's still staying up. He's down after getting just 1, I believe, on that play.
If I had to guess, we've probably seen the end of James Cahoon and Adam Couch here today, and maybe even Kyle Torres as well.
William Pointer with an amazing run there. James Cahoon taking a seat on the couch, next to Couch. As SP Pregano
I think that's a bench.
Call it a couch. Reception. He's still going.
That's Marcus Carpenter with it, the freshman wide receiver. He's got a fair share of runs, but hasn't seen much in the passing game. But with this big of a lead, Bridgewater might as well trot out him and some other younger players to see what they can do, as Drew Donovan, the other freshman, is also out there.
Absolutely. You got Pregano as a junior who could possibly be your starting quarterback for next season. So you want to see what he can do with your team.
Pointer with a great effort right there. Looks like he was just able to scratch out a couple of yards. That looked bad for a second, but that's going to get the Bears the first down. Great job by Pointer, just powering through.
As I was mentioning earlier, James Cahoon, 6 touchdowns. That is a Bridgewater State record. It's a very impressive day. He gets to take a break and to root on his team from the sidelines now as they hope to close this out and win it. That's Pete Bergano next to William Pointer in the backfield out of the shotgun. Receiver in motion. William Pointer gets the snap and he runs it. Runs it through the middle, finds a hole, and gets close to a first down.
It's a solid run by Pointer right there, getting some good yards. In to show his stuff, since with the big lead they took Adam Couch out.
William Pointer definitely a threat. Bridgewater has two very solid running backs in their backfield. They could alternate through. Receiver in motion again. Hands it off to number 14. That's a first down there. Number 14, Marcus Carpenter for the Bears with that first down. Or at least I believe close to it.
Carpenter on the carry.
Are they going to mark it?
For another Bridgewater
Nice first down for the Bears. Marcus Carpenter, excellent run there.
That's Marcus Carpenter's second carry of the game. He had one early in the second half.
As people got very liberal with the eye black. I say sarcastically as William Pointer with a run and another first down. They got to give that to him. That's got to be a first down.
That looks like it was more than a first down, maybe 13 yards or so on the carry, but that was a fantastic job by the Bears offensive line. Even Marcus Carpenter and Daniel Akinshay out there throwing blocks.
The Bears, they might be up for 48 points, but they're not giving up. They want to put more points on the board. See how many fireworks they can put off before they get those complaints. As it's a run by number 3. That's a good run. Out of bounds.
That is Isaiah Wright with a good run. There's a flag on the play, though. We saw Wright come in late in the second quarter at running back. Interesting to see what this flag is. That Pointer run will officially go for 10 yards, taken down by Cameron Tompkin.
Offense number 8, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
That's going to be a 10-yard penalty on Daniel Akinshay.
You know, you'd like to say that penalties are going to be detrimental to this team, but when you're up so much, I don't think it's really going to affect the game that much. I mean, it's going to take off that run by the young player, by Wright, but other than that, not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm sure Wright's not happy about that, and Coach Varia either.
Absolutely.
Akinshay for that matter, but
Carpenter again with a jet sweep. Gets back those penalty yards and a little bit more.
Even with the big lead, rather, I'm sure Vario would like to see the amount of penalties decrease for his team.
Absolutely. Carpenter, a very strong runner, showing his value, especially as a backup. Okay, as a back in the red zone. Looking to throw SP Pagano, and it's caught. And he's still going. And he's brought down going backwards. That's not the way you want to go, but that's an awesome catch by Daniel Akinshay.
He did a great job of staying up. It looked like he was going to go down a couple times, but he refused. And, you know, he may have not got that many yards, but that was a great effort by him.
If he was able to push himself forward, that could have been a very excellent game, but he got tackled backwards.
Absolutely tossed Jan Valls off its back.
It's 3rd and 2.
3rd inches from the 15-yard line.
If I had to guess, this is
a
run to Pointer to secure the first down as he moves over to Pagano's left side.
Well, that's
a
false start on the offense there. The ball was never snapped. The offensive line never moved. But the receivers were gone.
Looks that might be number 71.
Number 4.
Marcus Carpenter.
Honestly, it was most of the receivers in the team that got called.
Yeah, it looked like a couple players jumped off.
You got to blame somebody though. Definitely number 77.
77 rather. Couldn't tell if that was a 1 or a 7.
77 did not help the situation, but it was definitely a lot of players on the team that got called a foul. We have SP Pagano, setting receiver in motion, munching up on the left side.
That's Donovan.
He's going to look to throw it to him. Because he throws it to William Pointer. William Pointer staying up.
And he'll be taken down.
Falls forward for a few yards.
So the pass to Pointer's complete. I don't know how many yards. Probably only a couple. As looks like Kion Gilsing Tucker comes off the field.
This has been a very slow, meticulous drive for the Bears. They're probably by rule. They probably can't run up the score much more, so they just got to take as much time as possible to just get down the field. And I think they've been doing very well at that with their backups.
Akinshay, Donovan, and Carpenter out at wide receiver.
Donovan out wide to the bottom of your screen. SP Pagano. It's a direct snap to William Pointer. That was an interesting play, but William Pointer he's got room, and he runs out of bounds within the 5-yard line. Excellent play there by, he just picks it up, he just runs, he just goes.
Pointer's been very efficient with his red zone carries, and actually just all his carries in general, but that's going to be another first down for the Bears.
Already has a touchdown in the game, looking for a second potentially.
He'll call that a gain of 12 for William Pointer. As Marcus Carpenter goes in motion here.
William Pointer again. No one's stopping him. He's running right into the end zone
that
for
is
another touchdown.
Bears touchdown. Pointer's second touchdown of the game. They fake the handoff to Carpenter, punch it in with Pointer as he flexes on them walking off the field.
William
Great
Pointer.
drive.
William Pointer, the kid from Milford, unrelentless, running right in, running through defenders into the end zone. Excellent play by William Pointer. Excellent game for Pointer today.
Scores now 54-0 Bridgewater as Nassau's on to kick the PAT. He's 6 for 7 so far. 7 for 8 rather after that one. The one he missed was tipped by a Fitchburg State defender.
Those fireworks, they still got some. I'm surprised they still have so many fireworks.
Might have had someone go out at halftime. I mean, they've been launching these off after every touchdown, so they came prepared.
That kick almost blocked by number 12, Adam Ryan, the sophomore corner out of Hollis, New Hampshire. Almost, but that only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, doesn't it? Is that the saying goes?
I believe so.
All right. Shane Drake.
Shane Drake, once again, MASCAC Special Teams Player of the Week last week. He's been a punter, also kicks a lot of field goals for Bridgewater. Nassau takes the duty on the PATs, but Drake kicks the field goals.
Drake hasn't had an opportunity to kick a field goal because when his team's been scoring touchdowns all game, he don't really need to kick field goals.
You know, I'm sure he's probably happy about that too. I mean, probably.
Well, the stress of kicking a field goal, I don't blame him for not wanting to do it. But he's at least, I think he's just happy to be able to kick the ball off so many times. That means his team's winning so much.
He's had some nice kickoffs. Had a 70-yarder late in the second quarter, and he had, on the first drive of the game, he had a punt he downed within the 15 at the 14.
Kick is up. It's received by Elijah. Takes it. Oh, he has a blade there.
Zaire McKnight spinning, and he's still up. He's still up. He hasn't gotten down. There he goes. Zaire McKnight goes down.
That was an impressive run. Team could have used that a little bit earlier in the game, but Zaire McKnight has the ability to get dangerous returns there.
Yeah, he's had some good returns so far. Jeremiah Osei, his fellow running back, looks like he was helping him out, pushing him alongside a little bit. There's a bunch of players in there, Jan Valls as well.
Shane Drake helping with the tackle too. It was there at the end.
Sure, Shane Drake doesn't get the opportunity to go out and tackle that much, so he took that one.
Absolutely. Sometimes you just got to go out there and make the play.
Sure, they probably don't want their kicker and punter going out and making tackles, but he probably enjoyed it.
He's had a good time. There's a pass. It's caught. The same guy who returned it. It's
McKnight.
McKnight.
Interesting to see. They took out the starting quarterback. Now, we are unsure if he was injured or not, but he had no visible injury we could see. But they took him out, and they've kept in a majority of their other offensive starters. Also, TJ Farr's on the depth chart as their backup quarterback, so it's quite interesting. Not sure as to why Cosner's out there at quarterback, but he hasn't done too bad for a wide receiver.
Absolutely. The interception didn't count.
Can't blame that one on him. He was hit hard.
Yeah, he was hit hard. It bounced off the receiver's hands, but he's playing pretty well when he's got the chance. He's again throwing the ball, looking for his running back. He's got him.
So McKnight seeing plenty of action on this drive.
Right, the entire Bridgewater football team trying to tackling him there. That's a good gain. 2 yards short of the first down. Bring down third and 2, I believe.
Costner's pass complete to number 3, McKnight. Gain of 4 in the reception.
It's a gain of 4 there. And it is 3rd and 2. And the Fitchburg State Falcons are going to deliberate on the next play.
Yeah, Bridgewater looking for another stop here. They've had plenty of those. Fitchburg with only 6 first downs to Bridgewater's 19.
There's a handoff there.
That might be their 7th first down of the game. If not, that'll be pretty close. So we wait for them to officially spot the ball. That was a carry by number 4 for Fitchburg State. Frank Sims, the 4th. He went down earlier in this quarter, so it's good to see him back out there again. He's had the majority of the rushing work so far for Fitchburg.
Absolutely. And for that play, number 91, Jonathan Martin, the freshman out of, I believe, Franklin, Mass, was a little antsy on that play, trying to get him to jump. But there's a 4th down attempt here. It's a handoff to Frank Sims, who's got the first down and more. He's still
Sims
going.
still going.
Down to the 39-yard line, almost the 40. That is an excellent play.
Sean Lee Seen in on the tackle for Bridgewater, the senior defensive back from Everett, Massachusetts.
The Falcons are really on the move now. They've just made it into plus territory from that huge kick return by the running back there.
That one's going to go in the books for 11 yards for Sims. Adam Ferreira also taking credit for the tackle alongside Seen.
I don't understand if this might be a direct snap directly to Frank Sims, but I don't think so. There's a flag on the field.
That's going to be a false start, and it is going against Fitchburg.
31 seconds remain in this third quarter.
False start. Offense number 68, 5-yard penalty.
Number 57, Ryan McDonald, was not happy with that flag, as the penalty officially goes down on number 68.
Just a reminder, when the game
That's
ends,
Jacob Lufkin, the junior offensive lineman.
Clock is still running. They have to snap it before the end of the third quarter, unless they want to take another 5-yard penalty. It should say first and 15.
At 5 seconds.
It's first and 5.
5 seconds separate the game clock and play clock, but Sims takes it for a short yardage gain.
About 1 yard there. With 5 seconds remaining in the third, that should be the final play of this quarter.
So Bridgewater State leads Fitchburg 55-0 to end the third quarter. Esprit Pagano has taken over duties at quarterback after James Cahoon broke the single-game touchdown record for Bridgewater. Congratulations to him.
Only 7 points scored by the Bears in this third quarter.
It's definitely slowed down compared to the first half, but I'm sure they're looking to run it up going into the fourth quarter.
I believe that is usually by design. When the team is up ahead so much, you just gotta chew clock, gotta go very slow. I think that's by rule what you have to do in the NCAA. But I respect that. That's a good rule. You know, this team has been demoralized. You don't want to make their day even worse. But
also don't want to risk any injuries to any players as well.
Absolutely, that's also a big part of it too. You know, injuries suck. They can derail your entire football career, and you don't want that, especially at a collegiate level. You don't want that at any level, but especially at college. This could be the last time they ever play football, so you want them to be able to play as much as they can. And the snap is good, and he's going to hold it. He's going to take it.
Cosner still staying up, and he'll finally be taken down. That was an interesting play. It looked like there was some hesitation from some of the offensive players following the snap. But Cosner able to get some positive yardage.
Cosner, he refuses to go down. He's a hard fighter. He's got a lot of very quick movement with his legs. He's very fast. He's nimble. He's got the ability to take off whenever he needs.
And that's something you'd expect out of a wide receiver, but he can even do it out of the pocket as well.
Playing well at quarterback too. Might have some competition, Logan Wilson.
3rd and 14 from the 45-yard
Out of the shotgun. Looking to throw. His eyes are looking deep. He's taking a shot. And it's intercepted. By number 15 for the Bears.
That's Matthew Mamone with the interception. Huge pick for Bridgewater as he takes it inside Fitchburg territory.
Airborne there. That's crazy.
Just a note, Cosner has 10 receiving yards on the season to go along with the yards he's got and this interception.
It's a great play. I respect the take the shot. Just slightly underthrown into a lot of coverage, and just someone's got to come down with it. Yeah. And that was Matthew Mamone.
The sophomore DB out of Dedham going airborne right there for the interception. Looks like he was trying to hurdle someone along the sidelines. Got to be excited about that one.
It's very celebrating with his teammates. The young sophomore definitely has he has a bright future on this team to play like that. Here's again Josh Legore with the pressure. That's not Legore. Never mind. Thought it was Legore. Looked like 50.
They'll hand that one off. That's Isaiah Wright with it, and Isaiah Wright punching a hole. He's going down the sideline right into the end zone. Isaiah Wright, his third rush of the game.
They're calling him out of bounds.
Oh.
I believe they're calling him out of bounds.
Are they calling him out of bounds?
Yeah, they're calling him down.
Yeah, they're running it back.
That is
still a huge run by Isaiah Wright on his third carry of the game.
Very good run. I should apologize. I called it. It was Thomas Rocha on the pressure there. Just look at this run by Isaiah Wright. He has the offensive line just parts the sea for him, and he just runs right down. He's out of bounds right there at around the 8-yard line.
You know he wants to punch one in right here.
There he is. He might get the opportunity. He's very close to it.
He did a good job of staying up, but the second wave of Fitchburg tacklers are going to be able to stop him.
These young players on this Bridgewater team are very well. They're playing very well today, and they have a very good chance of being very good for this team in the future. I got to find another word besides very to use, but they're doing very well.
That's Giancarlo Morazzo Henry, the junior linebacker, on that tackle for Fitchburg. It's going to be
looking good.
Kion Gilzine Tucker jumping into the end zone.
Kion Gilzine Tucker with a touchdown. He got a touchdown last year at homecoming. He's doing it again this year. Kion Gilzine Tucker. What was only few carries in this game? This one goes for a touchdown. An excellent play there by the Bears. It's great play calling, and he was forcing his way in there no matter what happened. He was going to get in there whether they wanted him to or not.
Great blocking by Akinshea and Wright clearing and the offensive line clearing the path for him. As we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter Olivia Jiddick.
Hello, Olivia.
An interception and another touchdown for the Bears, making the score 61-0. As you can see, the Bears are piling it on here at Swinson Field. And after the game, the party's going to continue here at Swinson Field as the Bears continue on offense and defense to light up some magic and light up some fireworks here over Swinson Field.
All right, thank you so much, Olivia. We've seen an interception. We saw a pseudo pick six, didn't actually count, but maybe we'll see a special teams touchdown for the Bears at some point in this game. They definitely have the firepower to do it.
We've seen a lot so far, as Nassau's now 8 for 9, making the score 62-0. He's 8 for 9 on PATs, I should say. His lone miss was blocked by Fitchburg. He's been, pretty much automatic for the most part, other than that one block, which you can't really put on him.
This team has been firing on all cylinders all day. They're unapologetic in the way they play. They're going to keep running up the score if they can, but, they got to do it as slow as possible.
Boyake and Zaire McKnight back there to return for Fitchburg. We've seen them handle the kickoff duties all game as they await the kick from Shane Drake. That's a low kick by Drake, and it's going to go to one of the up men.
The return here.
That's number 29 for Fitchburg State. That's Jeremiah Osei, a sophomore linebacker.
5'9", 235 pounds out of Worcester. That is a machine of a man running down that field without getting that return.
Yeah, it looks like he might play a bit of fullback for the Falcons as well.
It's been definitely lopsided, Even the Bears' first drive was a 3-and-out, and you thought maybe this game would be pretty close, and then Bridgewater has not stopped scoring touchdowns since then. It's been very difficult for Fitchburg State, but there's still a lot of hope for this young season so far for Fitchburg State, but also for the Bears. You're happy about this outcome, as it's a handoff again to I believe that's number 23 for Fitchburg. That'd be Matthew Aguirre, running back out of Laredo, Texas. He gets that run Their loss of a yard or so.
Both these teams have drawn in players from across the country. We've seen Texas, we've seen Minnesota, Vermont, we've seen California. There's players from everywhere. And this should be noted, Bridgewater State is currently 2 points shy of their all-time single-game scoring record. It happened in 2005 against Salve Regina, where they scored 64 points. So they definitely got an opportunity to do that here with a little bit less than 12 minutes to play here in the fourth, and I'm sure they're looking for it too.
Exactly, as that run here goes for not very many yards. It was an excellent effort there, but I believe it's a new quarterback in for the. That's the tight end. That's the punter, TJ Farr, in that quarterback now.
TJ Farr is listed on the depth chart as their second-string quarterback, so maybe we've seen the last of Cosner.
Have an interception. Just keep him on the bench. Don't let him. That's no point letting him ruin that stat line. Just keep him out there. But TJ Farr definitely has potential. He had a fake earlier in the game. Let's see him run out. He's rolling out, throwing it deep. Does he have a receiver? He does not.
No, he does not. He was looking for Boyake, but he was covered closely by two Bridgewater defenders, and that pass was a little bit overthrown anyways.
I think he was looking for the ref on the sideline.
Yeah, no wonder they felt so confident going for it on the fake punt on their first drive of the game. If you have a quarterback who also doubles as a punter, you might as well. You know he's got the arm, so.
That ref is in position to catch it if he wanted to, but chose not to. Makes sense. You're not a receiver. I believe this is a punt.
And it's not TJ Farr.
He's done enough punting today. Oh, I believe that was tipped there.
That's
been blocked. It's going to be returned. And this might be the special teams touchdown, I guess.
That's Donovan. Donovan down the sideline. Oh, he's just going to be pushed out of bounds.
That's so close. They're calling him short. That is unfortunate for the Bears and unfortunate for me, who wanted a special teams touchdown.
Drew Donovan's had some big returns called back due to holding. It must feel nice to be able to pick up the blocked punt. I believe that – is that number 4 in it, punter? Did not catch that. Oh, no, that was number 86, their backup punter. That would be –
Carson Russell.
Carson Russell.
He's also their field goal kicker. Or kicker, but they hasn't really done much of that today, at least.
Bears ball, first and goal from the 4-yard line.
From the 4-yard line, the Bears are back out here. SP Pagano's still out.
And Wright's in the backfield. He's looking to get in the end zone after he was called out of bounds on a big run, and he might have the opportunity here. He's got it.
Another touchdown.
And that is Bridgewater State's all-time single highest. That's their all-time highest scoring game, 68 points.
68 to 0, which is very impressive. This game has been a blowout and a shutout. It's. I don't even think they had fireworks for this touchdown. They might do it after this extra point.
And Nassau will look to up the record. They're now sitting at 69 points.
The Bears scoring nicely today. Into the fourth quarter with 10 minutes remaining. The Bears up 69 to 0.
They've broken their record by a whopping 5 points.
And these fireworks are special. This is the most fireworks they've ever had ever. This is the most points they've ever scored in a game.
17 years after scoring 64 against Salve Regina, they finally snapped that record. And on homecoming, nonetheless. If you're going to do it, homecoming's the game.
Everyone's here to watch it.
This is one of the biggest crowds you'll see. There's plenty of tailgaters in the parking lot. The entire Swenson parking lot is just tailgaters. So a huge crowd here to watch Bridgewater State history made.
Absolutely. They got new returners back out there now. They used to have
Boyake is still out there.
But they took Elijah. What is it? Elijah McKnight. He's no longer back out there, but yeah, they got more guys out.
Interestingly enough, that's Ziri Tebow, who's on the depth chart as a quarterback. And it looks like they're going to run into each other. And Bridgewater jumps on that one. It looks like Bridgewater might have came up with it.
And
they surely think so.
Ball. Bridgewater ball off the muffed punt. The Bears are just brutal on all sides of the ball.
It looks like
defense, special teams.
The freshman defensive back, P.J. Murphy, was able to recover that one as Boyake and Thibault just kind of ran into each other. Not great communication for them.
They're both trying to catch the ball at the same time. You can't do that. It's only one person catching at a time.
Definitely comes at an unfortunate time as well.
But now the Bears going to possibly add on to their lead again.
SP Pagano is now out, and the freshman quarterback, Peter Celestino, is now in to take his first snaps of the game. So this is the third quarterback we've seen for Bridgewater.
There's been 6 quarterbacks in this game so far. And that's Isaiah Wright with another carry for 8 yards.
7 quarterbacks if you count the one who was on the return unit for Fitchburg.
Absolutely, yeah. Didn't work out for him, but it's, there's a chance for. There's right. I think now this freshman is probably his first action of the season. Looking to prove a point. He's probably looking to throw this ball into the end zone rather than hand it off.
Potentially, Celestino's the future of your program, so you want to see what he's got in him.
Absolutely.
So we also have a new man joining the backfield, Greg Dimitri, the junior running back.
Greg Dimitri gets a good gain there, about roughly 2 or 3 yards. Don't think it's enough for a first down, but it's definitely good enough for making it close.
Celestino, I'm sure, would like to get his first passing attempt of the game.
And it's definitely a first down. They gave it to him. Less than 10 minutes remain in this football game for the Bears. The Bears are going to take this home, most likely, barring a miracle.
Oh, and that's going to be a run wrapped up very quickly by the Fitchburg defense. That is a good play. That was, once again, Dimitri on the carry.
Greg Dimitri. They have a lot of powerful runners on this team. They got Adam Couch, who is a monster. He hits like a semi-truck almost. You have William Pointer, who knows how to finish runs better than anyone else. And then Greg Dimitri showing there he has potential to be one of the best for the future.
We also got Wright and Gilzine Tucker, who have seen some carries today. Gilzine Tucker had the touchdown, and Wright, just a sophomore, he had a big gain as well. So, you take one of their running backs out, and then another one just as good comes in.
Greg Dimitri with a big run, going down at the 5-yard line.
Looks like he might have got past the 5-yard line, but, it also looks like we might have a man down for Fitchburg State. That looks to be number 9, Giancarlo Marazzo Henry, the junior linebacker out of Cambridge, Mass.
There's been a lot of shaken up players in this game. As that run that was incredible, but you don't like to see injuries. We've said this before.
Yeah, you never want to see injuries, regardless of the situation, and
especially the junior. I believe it was a junior, correct? Yes, the junior out of Cambridge. You don't want to see players like that. He's still got probably a few more years of eligibility left. If it's a very serious injury, probably won't be able to play. You don't want to see that. They're checking up on him. His teammates are definitely looking out for him over there. They're trying to get something up. The Bears, this Bears team, since the first quarter, has been unstoppable, and they still haven't stopped.
Yeah, the first drive didn't go their way, but pretty much everything else has. So
they've scored a touchdown every drive since, except this one, which isn't done yet. It was 2 yards away from third down.
Be nice to see potentially Celestino take his first pass of the game, and good news for Marazzo Henry. He's able to walk off under his own power, so he might have just been shaken up there, but it's definitely good to see him able to walk off without any help.
As we see here, Coach Varia, with his first game as a full-time head coach, is the highest scoring game in Bridgewater State history.
And this is something to put on your resume.
Absolutely. Very having that's something he's going to remember forever, the rest of his life. So first game back is.
Celestino and Dimitri enter the backfield as he hands it off to Dimitri, and he'll get a couple off this, maybe one. It's going to be close to the first down. Maybe getting it. Still waiting for the official call for the chains.
They're calling it for. I believe they gave that a first down.
They did.
That is a first down for the Bears.
There's another Bears first down, 22nd first down of the game. Fitchburg with only 7. So I'm sure Fitchburg is going to be watching a good amount of film this upcoming week on how to improve upon this.
And the Bears too. You know, they weren't perfect. They were very well, but there's definitely things they can improve on to get even better for like the future.
Especially their penalty count.
Absolutely, and that should be close. That should be close to a touchdown. If not, it is a touchdown. I think they called it short.
Yeah, so it looks like Dimitri takes it around to about the 1. He's trying to get in there. He wants it.
He wants that touchdown. You know, there's been so many rushing touchdowns in this game, so many touchdowns in general in this game, but this has been just power upon power with the running backs. Like they're agile and they're strong, which is a deadly combo.
Yeah, they have a nice group of running backs. You know, a lot of agile, speedy, quick guys, and strong as well. And a lot of them, like Adam Couch, just the full package deal with all of those traits you'd want in a starting running back.
And it's a touchdown.
Greg Dimitri with his first touchdown of the game. And Bridgewater State has now scored 75 points.
76 barring the extra point, but this has just been insane. That's what is that? That's 11 touchdowns on the day.
Seems as if they finally decided to stop shooting off fireworks after every touchdown. Need to save some for the end of the game.
I believe they usually do it after the extra points are made.
Oh, you might be right.
Let's see after this. Joey Nassau. It's the kick. It's up. It's good. And
maybe they're taking a break from that.
No more fireworks. They possibly run out of fireworks from scoring 11 touchdowns. I don't think they were planning on scoring 11. I don't think you planned for 11. Maybe you planned for 10, just as like a random out there number. But 11? Certainly you don't plan for that. A 76-0 is the score for the Bears.
So Nassau's now 10 for 11. He's had himself a good game. I mean, 10 points. He's doing solid.
Absolutely. That could also be Special Teams Player of the Week for Nassau. Like, how often do you see kickers score 10 points off of only extra points?
Yeah, I mean, that's very rare. And seeing a kicker score 10 points in general is pretty rare, field goals included. Yeah. So Nassau definitely has to be happy walking away from this. I know he's still probably thinking about the one he missed, but the 10 he made, it's definitely a good thing to hang your head on.
The one he missed was just a simple block that was just, the defense was just really good that play.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't like it went wide or anything like that. Just someone got a hand on it and nothing he could do about it once it left his foot.
Oh, that was just, but it didn't affect the scoreboard that much anyways. But it just would be 77-0. That's all it would do. So, what's more scoring, you know? Here we have again Shane Drake for the kickoff. It was like 12th of the game already. I don't even know how many it's been.
Last kickoff for Fitchburg did not end well for them, but this one will end better. They didn't turn it over this time, and there was another new man out there on the return unit. That was Jonathan Ponce, the sophomore wide receiver. Of course, we saw Ziri Thabohu, the quarterback, out there last time in his place, but it seems as if they've done away with that after how the last kick went.
You see the difference this time from last time? Only one guy was back there to catch the ball.
It's communication.
Last time both guys tried to catch it. Didn't work out so well. None of them caught it, you know? But this time when one guy was there, he was able to catch it. And maybe we'll finally both put points on the board at this point of the game.
Falcons ball, first and 10.
The Falcons are back under center.
Looks like Farr's going to stay in there at QB.
Oh,
wait, no, that's somebody else. That's number 15. That's Jacob Bradshaw, the freshman out of Hudson, New Hampshire. So that is the fourth quarterback we've seen for Fitchburg.
Possibly the ninth in the game. That's hard to keep track at this point.
That's 4 for Fitchburg at quarterback. Of course, we saw 1 on the return unit, and then we've seen 3 come in for Bridgewater.
2nd and 9 from the 26-yard line.
2nd and 9, 26. There are no receivers in motion. out of the shotgun. Calls a snap. Keeps it. Hands it off. Shovel pass. Bad pass.
He was able to jump on it, though, able to keep possession of the ball. That could have gone very differently for them. That was Brandon Cohen, the freshman wide receiver. So a couple freshmen out here on offense for Fitchburg. Want to get a look at your good players. These guys could be the future of your team, and you could have a potent wide receiver quarterback combo in the next couple of years with these two.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that call from the refs. I believe that was a backwards pass, which would have been a fumble, but they called it a forward pass and incomplete. But I'm not gonna wish any ill stats on this Fitchburg State team that's already been through enough today.
Bradshaw and Cohen are definitely happy with the result of that call.
He's coming back out, rolling around, looking for the receiver, and it's blocked.
That was
deflected.
Some good defense by Bridgewater State. Looks like Sabori Jean-Baptiste on that one with a nice deflection.
Actually, I believe that was Andre Domond with the deflection, number 19.
I believe you were right.
I believe Jean-Baptiste is the... Well, Marvin Jean-Baptiste plays tight end for the...
That would make a lot more sense. Oh, there's 2 Jean-Baptiste in this game.
We got to... This is the first mistake we made with that, though, so we're all set.
Yeah, that was number 19 for Bridgewater, not number 28, Jean-Baptiste.
It's a punt. They tried to block it. They didn't block it.
Patrick Fluke got his hand on that one, and
Keon, he can do it.
Kyle Gilzine-Tucker.
Kyle Gilzine-Tucker has a chance.
He's gonna
cutting it in.
Oh, he's gonna be.
He's still going.
He's still going.
He's still going.
That's a touchdown.
They ruled him down.
Oh, they ruled him down.
That would have been a special teams touchdown to add on to it.
That's still a very good return by Kyle Gilzine-Tucker.
We've had I'm pretty sure a defensive touchdown. We've had an offensive touchdown.
Almost had a special teams one.
I'm waiting for it to happen.
Just looking, could not catch where he went out of bounds there. I think he was blocked by some of the players on the sideline. He was pushed out of bounds by Thibault, once again, on the depth chart as a quarterback. But he's seen some special teams work here.
Now got to put players in where they can play. Another carry for Dimitri. That's not Dimitri.
That's not Dimitri. That is Jordan Tompkins, the freshman running back from Peabody.
There are so many freshmen on this team.
I mean, with a lead like this, you might as well send them out there, see what they got, give them some experience. Tompkins played his high school ball at Peabody Veterans Memorial.
If they can keep it up, they might with these freshmen, they might have a really bright future.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if Celestino goes on to attempt a pass here. 5 minutes left. I'm sure he'd love to.
I think it might be unlikely with the score. You just got to run the ball, run the clock down.
Many faces we haven't seen at receiver out there as well. Mark McEachern, another freshman out there, as well as Enzo Bastone, the freshman tight end.
So tackle for loss for those. A tackle for no gain on that play. Is the freshman running back at Peabody. It's knocked down. See Coach Ferrier again, a little shot of him on the sideline. Very happy with his team today. He's got to be.
I mean, I don't know how you can't be. The penalties, I know he's probably not happy about that, but with the score, they didn't really come into effect, so you got to look on the bright side. It looks like Nassau's getting ready to potentially attempt a field goal, as it's number 88 on the carry for Bridgewater. It's Trevor Nunes, the junior running back. I've seen a lot of running backs today.
Absolutely. Trevor Nunes with the carry.
88 Nunes on the carry.
He's just going to keep going. He was all he saw was green. He wanted to keep going, but they said no. They brought him down.
And it looks like Elijah Zaire McKnight was one of the players in on the stop there. Nunes kind of bounced off him, but that's the starting running back for Fitchburg State. Definitely used a lot of guys out of position today, and Celestino's coming off the field. Oh, he's just going to the sidelines. Looks like he's talking it over with one of the coaches. Not sure about the play call.
They're going to call a timeout here. That allows them to take off more time on the clock.
Yeah, the play clock was getting close to expiring, so they really didn't have a choice right there. That's going to be Bridgewater's first time out of the second half.
Trying to figure out what to do on 4th and 9.
I think you just got to take a shot.
It won't hurt. It certainly won't cost you the game.
I mean, you know.
maybe attempt a field goal for your, the reigning special teams player of the week, Shane Drake. But, this team has definitely proven that it's capable of hanging in with the big dogs. Unless Dartmouth, we're looking at you.
Bridgewater is about to secure their second win of the season, first home win of the season, as they look here on 4th and 9. Maybe you just toss one up to Mark McEachern lined up on the left side of your screen and just see what happens. Let it fly.
It's a carry again for the running back. And this is a big carry. And he's still going. He's still going.
He's got a chance here to get into the end zone, and he will.
Another touchdown for the Bears. Are you kidding me? The 12th of the day.
That's number 88, Trevor Nunez, who saw his first snaps of the game come on this drive. The junior running back out of East Falmouth, Massachusetts, with a fantastic, huge rush on 4th and 9.
That is the 12th touchdown today for the Bears. He went all the way across the field. He started off going right and started going left, and he just kept going. It was like Forrest Gump out there. Just keep running. Don't stop. That's what he was doing.
Showed some stamina, showed some balance out there, and he is excited, as well as Ryan Coonan out there right next to him, throwing some blocks down, celebrating in the end zone.
Missed. That's a miffed punt. Or that's a miffed pass there.
It's a bad snap right there. Pagano not able to get his hands on it. And Nassau luckily able to dive on it and just not let anything up right there. But score is going to be 82-0 Bridgewater after the arid snap.
This has been very exciting for Bridgewater. 12 touchdowns. I believe that's still a touchdown every single drive. They went for it on 4th down, and they got it, and they got a big play out of that.
Yeah, they did punt on one drive early in the game. I believe it was their first one.
First one was a 3-and-out, but at that point you might have thought this game was going to be close. And they just kept going. There was only one touchdown in the third quarter. They've kept scoring since then.
Once again, Bridgewater's just packing on to their all-time single-game scoring record. It was 64. It's now, barring anything else, 82. So this is huge. I mean, just for everybody here. It's the most points ever scored with Veria as a head coach. Was on the staff during their previous record, but not as the head coach. He was working as a defensive coordinator.
I believe there were 7 touchdowns in that first half. There was 8 by the end of the third. Now there's been 12 so far at this point in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
that's a new kicker, I believe.
He's just going to squib it over to number 48. That is a new kicker. That was not Shane Drake.
Number 85.
That's Joey Nassau, who has taken all the PAT duties. He's getting the kickoff duty.
Showing his versatility there. Didn't go very far, but at this point, what even matters anymore? What even is football? What's scoring?
That was Emmanuel Cano, the linebacker, on that one. I'm sure, of all people, he did not expect to have the kick go his way, but he handled it well, and Fitchburg maintained possession of it.
That's what Fitchburg can do. I believe number 7's out there as receiver right now and not as quarterback.
Yeah, we haven't seen Costner out there at receiver yet, and both teams working with relatively new units. A lot of young guys out here for both teams.
But that might be another player at quarterback right now too. Number 13.
And that was just there's flags on the play. There's two refs threw flags on the play. That was a huge stop by Bridgewater on number 33, Joey Marino, the sophomore fullback.
We got Lionel Almonte, the freshman quarterback from Nantucket, Massachusetts.
Fitchburg's just given everyone on their depth chart listed as a quarterback a drive.
Marino on the
Even
carry.
on special teams.
After the play was over, on sportsmanlike conduct, defense number 93.
That's in sportsmanlike conduct on the Bears. Number 93, Joseph Parisi, the freshman defensive lineman from Danvers. And that's going to move the ball up for Fitchburg. So potentially, they might have a chance to score here. A 15-yard penalty.
They could. It'd be nice to see some points on the board. You know, if you're the Bears, you want a shutout, but if you're Fitchburg, that's the last thing you want right now. You just want at least something, maybe even 3 points. And that's
and the ball's free. It looked like.
The ball got out, and it's defense. It's
Bridgewater comes up with it.
Bridgewater recovers.
That's number 90, Thomas Rocha, the freshman defensive lineman from Barrington, Rhode Island, coming up with it.
This Bears team does not care what the score is. The game's not over until the clock's hit 0.
I don't know if that was a fake or what, but
I think it was just mishandling of the ball. He mishandled the ball. Let's go of it. It's picked up.
The way the running back took it, it looked like it was a fake, but it might have just been a matter of the quarterback missing the running back's arms right there. Either way, Bridgewater comes up with it, and Celestino trots back out at quarterback.
He's seen a lot of drives as a quarterback so far. It's possibly more than the other quarterback we had. It's SP Pagano.
He's still yet to attempt a pass, though, so it'll be interesting to see if he does it here. And he won't on this play.
It's another run. That's a big run. Possibly 8 yards.
That's Brian Avatz, the freshman running back, also from Barrington, Rhode Island, as was one of the players we last mentioned. So that's his first carry of the game. They're just spreading the ball around, giving all the freshmen and sophomores, just everybody who hasn't really seen much time today, they're getting their chances.
They're getting something on film for the coach to scheme out for the future. Coach Varia very happy with his team. That pun was there for me. I just had to take it. His first game as a full-time head coach, and it's certainly a good one.
I mean, he's shown why he was elevated to a full-time head coach there, and that's going to be another run.
Number 49. That's Brian Avatz.
You know, I know it was a run play, but one of the Bridgewater State wide receivers, Eric Guzek Nassib, the freshman out of Wilmington, Connecticut.
Players on the sideline having a lot
Williston.
of fun right
now. Williston, Vermont. I'm sorry, I thought that was a C. He did a great job at beating the cornerback there. I know it was a run, but that was a great route ran by him.
We got BSU players dancing on the sidelines as their team is just over a minute away from taking this game home. A very lopsided victory. Ball snapped again. It's the freshman again.
Avatz getting some solid work in, and he's making the most of it, getting some good yardage.
I believe that's a first down. Brian Avatz with the first down, and there's only 50 seconds remaining in this game. This lopsided 82-0 victory for the Bridgewater State University Bears.
They are going to have to run another play here. With a decent amount of time separating the game clock and the play clock.
They are. This is their last play of the game.
Might just, Celestino might just come out here and kneel it, or they might give it to Avatz again. He does have 15 yards on the 3 carries he's got.
They're on victory formation now.
And Celestino.
And that should be your ball game. Your final score, Bridgewater State University, 82. Fitchburg State Falcons 0.
So a huge win for Bridgewater on their homecoming weekend. I mean, everybody is excited. It is very loud out there in the stadium, and they have a great game to hang their hat on. All-time passing yard, single-game passing yard touchdown record, or passing touchdown record to Cahoon.
And more fireworks available for the Sunset.
And very with the all-time single-game points record. So 2 records broken here tonight for Bridgewater on their homecoming weekend. Fantastic game, 82-0 victory.
This has been an incredible game for the Bears. Next week they play Worcester State at home at 12 o'clock. It's another MASCAC conference matchup.
Bridgewater is going to move to 2-3 on the year, 1-4 for Fitchburg State. Bridgewater, this is their first home win, and as we've been saying, what a game to do it on. I mean, with all the points, with the records broken today, and on homecoming, this is just a fantastic homecoming weekend to be a Bridgewater Bear.
It is a great atmosphere for the Bears and Bridgewater today. Just absolutely, if you're a player, even if you're at the bottom of the bench, you've seen it. And now we're back with Olivia with some interviews.
guys. I'm here with James Cahoon, the quarterback of Bridgewater State University. James, how does it feel to this unbelievable homecoming?
Awesome. I'm just so happy for the rest of my guys. All you guys have been working so hard. I mean, such a great group of guys. Coaches have a great game plan every week. We've been working our butt off all year. I'm just so happy to see results just like this one.
James, one more question for you. What's next for the Bears?
I think we're just going to keep on building on this, and we're on to Worcester next week.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Olivia, for that interview. James Cahoon with the very good answers there. Just keeping it. It's like we gotta wait till next week to see what's up.
And a huge congrats to him on his record.
6 touchdowns. That is a school record, and I think he's a great young player. All right, that should do it for today, I believe. Thank you guys for watching. I've been David Souza. I've been with Luke Mansfield.
Hello.
And thank you for watching. Remember, every day is a great day to be a Bear.